can hear you.
I didn't know what to say this time, so I'm saying loud things to distract you from the fact that I forgot.
Loud noises!
Hello?
Hello, everybody. Welcome in.
Hello.
It is a delight to have you guys back here. At the Welcome In, we've missed you all. Now, we've got a few announcements. We're going to get through those. Then we've got a very, very special surprise for you all. But we'll get through the announcements first, okay? And then we'll go from there. So, first things first. This month's charity here at Twee, we're going to talk a lot about a lot of charities and announcements. So hold on to your money giving hearts. But so this month's charity here at Welcome In is noshave.org. We are kind of accumulating that in a one-shot next week that I'm very excited about. Parker will tell you a little bit more about next week. But in the meantime, we're asking folks to donate to our team over at noshave.org. If you click on that donate button down below, you will be able to go down there, click on that, and take a good look at our team, what's been donated, and maybe make a donation yourself. So please consider doing that. Again, for those of you who don't know, No Shave November is a web-based nonprofit organization devoted to growing cancer awareness and raising funds to support cancer prevention, research, and education. Take a look at our team page, please. Okay, thank you to our amazing partners. Relaris Maps, who is a legend who made this beautiful Azure Sea map. We love him so much. Arcane Anthems, who creates a ton of free music for the D&D community, and also our fantastic intro songs. We love him. He's the best. And then, of course, last but not least, Soundtail, the legends that provide all of our ambience. We adore you guys, Soundtail. Check out Soundtail. All those apps are available now to the public. I know we've been using it for months now. It is so good. It adds so much. It's so easy to use. Adore it. Please go take a look at that app. All those links in chat. Thank you to our mods who are working really, really hard to keep up with my blathering. We really appreciate you guys. Our sponsors, guys. We have two sponsors. That's right, plural. The first is Skull Splitter Dice. Skull Splitter.
I do it every time, dude.
Splitter Dice are our fantastic first sponsors. Now, not only do they sponsor our programming, but they also sponsor a monthly giveaway. This month's giveaway, a big old skull mug filled with approximately 100 dice. And if you want to get in on that giveaway, which will be drawn at the end of the month, then you just type in !win during the break. You'll get prompts during that break, and you can get yourselves in to win a big old jug of dice. It's a very, very good deal. It's a ton of dice. It's awesome. So please stay around for that. Our second and most amazing and wonderful sponsor is Gooey Cube. Now, Gooey Cube, what's a Gooey Cube? Well, it's a play on a monster that you can find in Dungeons & Dragons, but Gooey Cube is also a company that makes 5e supplemental materials that is an entire campaign setting set in the world of Zaith. It is very cool. There are things like these fusel guns, which are these crazy arco-tech magic crystal guns. There's all kinds of unique racial rules and features. The art is beautiful. The work is fantastic. They've recently partnered with us because they have a Kickstarter that launched, and my friends, they blew that Kickstarter out of the water. Holy shit. They destroyed it. But you know what?
Fully funded in 3 minutes.
Fully funded in 3 minutes. They're 7 times, I think, maybe 8 times what they're asking for already. But the stretch goals are where the real surprises are, and there are some good stretch goals that they haven't reached yet. So please click on that Kickstarter link. Get in there. Get on the ground floor to get yourself this content. It is fantastic. It's really good for folks who don't want to build all of their world. We've been reading through it voraciously to get through all the content because, again, tomorrow we're going to be doing some playing, and Parker will tell you a little bit more about that in that very world. So please come by for that, and the content is really good. So check out Gooey Cube. Give them some love. Tell them we sent you because they are amazing. I think that's it for Josh announcements.
Okay, it's my turn. So I am here to tell you about our schedule. So the very first thing that we're going to have next week is we have Highlight Heroes with Nova Killing. He will be on Highlight Heroes painting some stuff, and while Josh and I forget to ask questions. Then on Friday at 7 p.m., we will continue with Off the Rails. If you guys are not caught up yet, it's going to be the 3rd episode. Make sure to catch that on our YouTube 3 days after the broadcast. Then we will be back here with Conundrum Company at 6 p.m. as always. And then that very special, I skipped something, but I'll go back. Anyway, the very special charity, No Shave November charity thing is on November 22nd. I believe that is at 7 p.m. It's Beards and Boars?
That's right!
Yeah, you said I trusted you, and it says boards on this document.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, that one. Can you tell me your players again?
We have Offbeat Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. We have Super Goat, Moose. Amazing.
Yeah, Moose.
We have Nova Killing. We have Basics of the Game, the legend himself, the grandfather of D&D here. And we have a very special guest. My friends, your narrator from TikTok will be joining us. So please, come check us out. It's going to be fantastic. Back to you, Parker.
Okay, and then I'm cycling back tomorrow. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. you can join us and Sarah's Coffee for Roundtable, where the innkeepers will be testing out some pre-generated characters and going through some World of Gooey Cube. So we're going to explore Zaith, and we're going to take you guys along with us. I'm excited. So come hang out with us. If you've ever wanted to watch all three of us be idiots in one game, this is it. So, yeah.
That's true.
And barely anything else.
That's
and then my only other announcement is that we have a merch store. We still have a merch store that we will be working on adding new stuff to pretty soon. So check us out. Go see what you want.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I believe that's it. You're up, Sean.
And that's me. We have a subscriber Discord where all of our subscribers can join our community, get talking, jump into the fantastic voice calls they sometimes have for some of our shows. You can see all the art that our community is making. You can get in on the spoiler discussions. It's a really fun place with a lot of good people. So if you're subscribed, just follow the instructions in the chat to get into that Discord and start talking to the community. We also have Instagram and Twitter if you'd like to keep up with our schedule, because it's filling up more and more every week, it seems. So if you want to stay on top of everything we're doing, be sure to follow those. Also for the giveaway, don't remember if we talked about that. You have to be following both of those accounts to be able to qualify for the actual prize in our giveaway. So make sure you're up on those. It's free, so just throw us a follow. And last but not least, we have our YouTube channel where all our videos go up 3 days after the broadcast. So if you miss anything, it always goes there, whether or not Twitch deletes all of our content because they think a copywritten song is in it somewhere. It will be on YouTube.
Some might say we dump them on YouTube.
Because of the lore dump. I also have lore dump to announce.
That was a really good one. Yeah.
That was a solid
Segue.
transition.
I remembered. Tomorrow we have Monday we have an episode of Lore Dump going up, which is a podcast I'm on weekly, but somehow never remember to talk about it. I believe we're talking about it was a village. We made a village, and we turned our minds off for an hour and a half, and we used an hour of it.
It's beautiful. It is another masterpiece.
It's very good. I enjoy it.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I don't know why it slips my mind every week.
It's okay. We're here for you. I can't spell boars, apparently, so we're all good. Hey, everybody, we have an amazing surprise. Wait, no. I'm sorry. There's one more announcement, and I am not missing it. Adam. What's going on right now,
Okay,
dude?
that was aggressive, but I was not expecting that. Was not
what else is aggressive? Our love of charity.
Talk about it, Adam. Let's talk about
charity so much. I'm scared of them.
It is aggressive.
But so going on right now, actually, on front of the channel, this show is Mimic. We are doing a 24-hour live stream that I was on the council that helped put it together. It has been amazing so far, and our goal was to raise $1,000, and we crushed that in the first hour and a half, and it has steadily been gaining. And so I would love it if after this game you guys sweep over there, say hi, just be in the chat, because it has been crazy. A lot of the people here have showed up and donated and had fun and messed with the players, because everybody's just there to have fun. And hey, you might get to watch somebody forcefully eat Vegemite for 2 hours who hates Vegemite. Yeah, everyone. Parker, that's the face Aaron was making the entire time. But it is amazing and so much fun, and we would love to see you there. And there's some awesome prizes that you guys can win in giveaways. One might be involving this channel. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So maybe get in the donations. You know, you might win some of the merch store stuff. You know, you just never know. But anyway, guys, seriously, it'd be awesome if you swung over there.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Sorry for being aggressive at you. I was mad at myself for
You're
being
totally fine. I thought it was
a
hilarious.
space cowboy. Guys, we are there now. I have been alluding to a surprise for you. And before I launch that surprise, I just want to thank once more our amazing partners, Relaris Maps and Arcane Anthems. What you guys are about to see is a very, very intense collaboration between us and Relaris, and then using the resources provided by Arcane Anthem. So please hold on to your hats, my friends. Stay tuned. For those of the cast who have yet to see this, I'm going to ask you to take a look at the Twitch stream and watch from there, okay? And here we go.
I have emotions.
So, folks.
I knew it was happening, and I still have a lot of
You
emotions.
let me put a beard on, and I'm gonna cry it off.
Oh, it's so good. That ending, I've seen this a million
So
freaking
good.
times, and the ending where it pans up and the whole squad is there in the frame.
It's always amazing.
A big,
Oh my
huge
goodness.
thank you to Root Beer, who did all of that art. It's so
Mhm.
good.
Thank
Blue
you.
for the art. We got Arcane Anthem for the music, and we got Relaris Maps and their connections for the visuals. It's
Yes.
Oh
all
my god.
beautiful.
I
So
wasn't
good.
prepared. I had a thought that maybe it was something like that. Wasn't prepared for any of that, and
Oh my goodness.
I've been emotional all day, Josh, and I'm probably gonna now start crying again. So
beautiful.
It's so good. I love it so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. And Parker, thank you for Rue. Fantastic, amazing art. Arcane Anthems for that intro sequence, the music that is just legendary. And Relaris Maps, that render and map, that is an insane amount of work. It's been a blast. It was such a fun project to pull together. Please, again, guys, check out all of those people's mods. If you can get those links in chat, again, I'm sorry to spam, but these community members are so gosh dang talented, and if you want something cool for your campaign, these are the people to talk to. Please. Relaris' maps are phenomenal. Weston composes like no other. Rue is a very, very talented artist. Like, just please check him out. We'd really appreciate it. Let him know we sent you, because it's incredible. And on that very excited high note, we'll play it again at the end of the show so that we can see it all again. And we'll put it on the YouTube. We'll get it out on social media and stuff like that. But thank you to all of our amazing partners. We love you guys. D&D time?
D&D
Yes.
time.
I think so.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. Yes. So, we had left our party sitting in the library of the catacombs. They had spent several days now doing a considerable amount of research, looking into various subjects of importance to them. This had been after convening with Mavinon, the leader of the catacombs, and discussing a plan moving forward regarding these ancient relics. In conversing with Mavanon, it was brought to light that their newly acquired companion, Salvator, had just recently, in fact within a matter of about an hour, discovered a series of artifacts that seemed to be linked to this very throne, and also the ending of an empire, and the possible death of a god. The party is now convening to head into court to do a little espionage and intrigue, to take a look into this supposed Lady Ainsley of Grand March, and to figure out where to head next and what to do next about this gosh dang chair that has ended up being their responsibility for some reason, because fate is cruel. They went and purchased some clothes, which are about ready to pick up, and they spent the rest of their time enjoying the sights and sounds of this massive city Neil Dra, visiting ghost shopkeepers, hedge wizards, strange bakers, goblin-run inns, and again, fine clothing establishments. But we return to our party, having spent several days researching. They've been in the city for about 3 days themselves. We had kind of established that you guys were going to do the researching. If everybody's done in that space, what we will do is, I would assume you all have made plans to convene back with Salvator, whose rooms are not with yours. Your rooms are at the Goblin Inn. Today, you know you are able to pick up your finery, if you'd like to do so. From there, I'll let you all decide what you want to do.
You want to go pick up your clothes,
Yeah, sure.
right?
Mhm.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Did we say that we were meeting Salvatore? Do we want to say that we're
I don't
meeting him?
have to be honest.
Do we have like?
You guys hate me. You just leave it alone.
That's not what we said.
Oh,
Do we have like an hour? Because I had an idea. Are we
Which
trying to be?
is...
Are we trying to be flashy?
I don't
Are you
wanna
ever
be-
anything else?
True. But but I figured, maybe I don't know how flashy we're going for, so that's why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to be flashy? Yes.
Peach said no. So-
I'm not in charge of you guys. I just.
So the collective we is not a yes.
Okay, should I be flashy? Is that better?
If you'd like,
I kind of want to be flashy. Just so
then
that-
be flashy. It's the capital.
Alright. Can we have like an hour before we leave? If
Sure.
possible? Great. Also, if you want to watch, maybe you could figure out how your magic would work doing this. I'm gonna cast Find Familiar for the hour and 10. And I am going to turn Ashi into where is it? I could actually do that.
No.
He's not gonna be a
I'm down.
demon. What? Where is it? Where I just read it. He is going to be a snake.
Oh.
I'm going normal form with him for a little bit.
Okay. What kind of snake? What is...
I kind of imagine it. It says poisonous snake. I kind of imagine it in the sense of like, because Ashi's always kind of inherently been a bigger form. He's not like a huge, like, I'm not making him like a giant boa constrictor, but he's large enough to kind of wrap around Zahl, and it's this gold speckled, like kind of the python speckling of like spots, and it's like a green body with gold speckling of spots with like black outlines around them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You're able to
Say
do so
goodbye
within
to-
an hour? Sorry, Button.
We'll say goodbye to Ashi.
Yeah.
While he's still in Zimp form.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, he's still a pixie. Bye.
I'll
Buddy.
switch you back to.
Did you just make your familiar an accessory?
No, obviously not. It just works with the look, and then we look like a
An
team.
accessory?
You listen.
I'm not switching my dragon. You could have made him a dragon.
Can you do that yet?
I don't know. He's still a dragon.
Well, have you? Well, you just watched me do it for the last hour and 10 minutes. So like,
Mm-hmm. It was riveting.
well, obviously, it's not like it's a show that I'm putting on. Like,
No, I
I
know.
wa-
But I don't have any reason to change Bims.
As this discourse is occurring,
Okay.
Bims sneezes.
Oh, no.
And as the third sneeze happens, there's a puff of blue smoke, and
No.
he vanishes.
No. Ah, what?
What did you do? This was not me.
Literally didn't
Josh
do
Parker
anything.
really liked Bims.
Josh, come on. You can't do this. You show us that intro just to soften the blow?
Yeah. By the way, I'm killing Bims.
God, we're looking now. He's in there.
No. Okay.
I look
Okay.
under the bed.
There's no Bims.
I imagine like Ashi is coiled around Zahl at this point,
Oh
just
my
with his
God.
head tilted sideways, like just doing like that Ashi look of like, okay. Zahl, okay. How do you your message spell, how do you see everybody when you do cast message?
I close my eyes.
Okay,
How do I see?
okay, no, but like when I talk to Ashi, it's not like
I
when
love
I
you guys.
So when I talk to Ashi, I don't imagine anything because he's almost a physical entity. Like Mother almost puts our hands together in a sense of when I am connecting with him. But I imagine your messaging spell is similar
Mm-hmm.
or close to that. How do you visualize the connection to somebody?
A melody or a note.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work because it's whenever I pop Ashi away, it's not like he's gone. It's just that I'm not holding hands with him anymore, if that makes sense.
Well, right now he doesn't have hands. I'm so sorry. This is serious.
I'm trying to help.
I know,
No.
drawer. This is how I cope.
No, I got you.
My dragon just sneezed out of existence.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe play the melody, hear the melody. I don't know. Your stuff is different than mine.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I thought maybe you could glean a little bit from that.
Bims. Da 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 da. Come here. Anything? Can I find him?
How are you doing this? Tell me a little bit about your process here. How are you? Is it just literally like da, 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 da. Here, Bimsy?
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'm expecting him to answer, like when he repeats my singing.
Okay.
So like an echo.
Okay.
Or a round.
As you do that, there is a pause of quiet, and then in the back of your head, there is a very distance.
Oh, where did you go?
Every drawer. I open every drawer in the room.
Rage searching for
Okay.
me.
So, I'm gonna close my eyes and do similar to sending, where I look for his melody and see if I can find him.
Okay. As you envision that sea of chords manifesting out before you, almost instantaneously, as the vision manifests around you, hundreds of these notes, some very far away, some completely foreign to you, some very familiar. One right next to you, standing like at your heel, right about the size of Bim's, weirdly and metaphorically, is this blazing blue color. A bond stronger than you have ever felt between yourself and one of these cords.
Okay. So I found him.
I hold out the last drawer. Okay, good. And I start closing everything.
No. Okay. Yep. Well, he's not in a drawer. You just kind of like snap, don't you? Are you muted? You're muted.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ashi, like Zahl kind of looks at Ashi and snaps him out, and then snaps him back. And he's like, "Now, I guess what I do. This is gonna be weird to explain. Again, I'm using like mother making it's like grabbing his hand again. Like he's still right there, and I know that he's there, so I can reach him. And since you know that Bims is there, you said you see people as music. Maybe you could play his melody. I don't know if that's even right music terms. I'm not good at music.
She's going to close her eyes again and focus on that little blue light, and kind of do the like clapping her hands and calling him thing like she usually does.
Okay.
As if she wants him to like jump into her arms like he usually does. Like just to like, come here.
Okay.
So not a snap. Snapping feels like weird and whatever to her. She wants like the normal
To encourage
thing
him
that they do
out.
to come back.
With your eyes closed, as you begin to hum this melody, the note, the chord, begins to vibrate and pulsate. And it kind of circles around your heels and then flits up around you in this spiraling pattern, almost like Bims in flight around you. And as it circles back around and comes out around the corner, right about here, you feel weight land into your hands.
Okay.
As Peach and Zahl, a full-blown Bims in this puff of blue, sparkly, and slightly like silvery smoke, just poof, and lands straight into Demi's. Belly up, feet in the air like this, like... And Demi, even before your eyes can open, you feel rough tongue on your face.
Okay. Where did you go?
Don't know.
Of course you don't. Neither of us know what we're doing. Wonderful. Okay.
Sounds.
Well, looks like you've got a familiar.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that means you can change Bims' form whenever you want.
He's perfect just the way he is.
I never said he wasn't.
He's absolutely perfect just the way he is.
Okay, just let me
Mm-hmm.
just let me have this one. 2 seconds. You know that you can change his form whenever you want. Just
I
in
do.
Case okay, well.
I do know
wasn't
that.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we ever end up having to go underwater again, he could be, I don't know, something aquatic. Just an idea.
Uh-huh. But for right now, he's
Yeah,
perfect.
he's perfect.
Mhm.
I never said he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
If Bims
Ashi would
becomes
still win in
fish,
a fight.
fish eat?
You don't eat the fish. Mm-mm. No. No, I'm not turning you into a fish.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, that was weird.
Yep. So,
Is that gonna happen all the time? Is he just gonna disappear?
God, I hope not.
Reappear?
No more
No.
sneezing.
His
We
tongue
have to
goes
get
up
you
and he kind of
something
like licks at his
congestant or
nose.
something.
No, worse.
we should go
What?
get our clothes now.
Oh, we should.
Okay.
Ashi is definitely coiled down Zahl's arm, so it looks like a weird armor pattern, but it's just on his arm.
Snake, got it.
Yeah, it's like just completely wrapped, like his arm.
As you're walking across the tavern, one of the little goblins that you've come to know as Ulek kind of does a double take and just kind of shakes his head and continues on wherever he's going. It's been about an hour. As you head out towards town, we're going to jump to Salvator. Sal.
Hello.
Vitor,
Hello.
What are you doing?
It's me. We didn't make plans to meet up anywhere.
That's your guys' call. Whatever works best for you.
That's what I'm assuming they said. So I'm going to go with what they said.
Okay.
I've got a day just for me. I'm going to go to court.
You're just okay.
I got nothing else to do.
Okay. In the what time are you heading towards court?
Probably about midday
Okay.
after lunch.
So you have like a kind of resting, relaxful morning. Relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, we'll jump back to the party.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Cool. I sleep in.
You sleep in. Salvator has a good, nice, chill morning after researching very hard. You guys make your way out into the city proper. I'll change the audio again.
Can Peach, I know that this is futile, but can Peach roll to see if there's anyone following us?
Roll perception for me.
9!
Your sword, remind me.
Did I?
I think it's just that you
The
can't be
Frostbrand?
surprised. It's not that.
The Frostbrand sword?
Yeah.
I
It has
don't.
nothing to do with the weapons.
Yeah, I don't.
That was
I
the
don't
spear.
That
know.
was
That
the
was the
spear.
spear.
That's the spear. You're right. Okay. Never mind. Too many magic items last week.
No, you're fine. I think we only bought like one.
You bought one. I threw a billion at you. Okay. So, a 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of people out on the street. A few of them look at you. None of them seem to care too much.
I hate being afraid of everything.
Everything?
Well, potentially everything. I hate worrying that anything could be something bad.
It's fair.
Kind of how my life was before I met you all.
It's not just you though, so not bad.
Right.
Demi will now look to see if anybody is following them.
Yeah, also Zahl's gonna look too.
All right, everybody roll perception checks.
Kind of freaked him out. He's like trying to act cool.
That is a questioning 20.
Questioning 20.
Yep.
That is a solid 12.
Okay.
Solid.
Demi,
Mm-hmm.
there are eyes on you from around the city. Few
Mhm.
folks watching, perhaps curious. You're not certain, but you're not identifying anyone in particular.
Okay.
Do I sense anything with my 12?
No. I mean, same as Peach. Lots of people.
Gotcha. Okay.
We'll do our best.
And hey, we're pretty much badasses, so we've got most situations, you know, at least semi-handled.
There's a lot of people and we're not sleeping, so we're probably fine.
Yeah, I was supposed to be encouraging. It wasn't, was it?
It wasn't. No.
Okay.
like
I was
your
trying to-
optimism.
I was trying to pull the Morton thing because Morton's usually the one that would say some encouraging stuff. At
Yeah,
this
but
point,
Morton
I'm really
actually
trying-
believes it. I think that's the difference. I think Morton has like complete and full faith that that's actually what he believes.
I mean, that's what I. Okay, that's what I believed. But let's go get our clothes.
Close.
It is what he
Wonderful.
believed.
Oh. Poor thing.
Roll for conviction. I'm kidding.
Oh, that's a nat 1 apparently.
Oh, but
My dice have negative numbers on them. What the fuck?
My dice literally says never in a million years. Is that? Did somebody mess with my dice?
You rolled an 8-ball.
Mom?
Mother?
oh, beautiful. Okay,
Oh my god.
so you make your way over to
Dapper Dandy.
Dapper Dandy, yes. Okay. As you make your way up through the town proper, it is a buzz. You do see various stalls, food stands, and so on and so forth. The town criers, you've heard them over the last few days, and they are busy doing their job, which is loudly proclaiming news. As you pass one street corner, an individual wearing younger individual with a surprisingly deep voice for their form and kind of slender bodied short stature, wearing the green and gold tabard of the crown with a close cropped short brown haircut. Hey ye, Sea princes strike at Seaton. Monmurg himself reported seen upon the deck of his vessel the Maw. Sea princes pushed back by Kyoshi Marines and giant ally.
Hey!
A
Bill
pause.
there!
Hear ye, hear ye! Great Kingdom petitions the Grand Alliance of Kyo and Ulek Grand March and IDA for aid against northern aggressors. Hear ye, hear ye! At the end of Wheelson will begin the Rich Fest celebrations. Less than 3 weeks remain before celebrations commence. And he just kind of goes on cycling through those.
What was that last one?
Rich Fest is in less than 3 weeks, which is a large 7-day-long celebration that precludes the summer.
Hey, Demi.
Yes.
Have you checked in with Oceanus lately?
No, I have not.
Okay.
How's Demi looking?
How so?
Roll an
He's
insight.
like, roll an insight check. Ooh, I mean it's mine 18.
I don't know. I mean, that's a success. Her hair's starting to ice, and it got significantly more and quicker as Zahl asked his question. Sorry, I'm doing my notes thing. I'm gonna just, be like, just give me like 1 second. I'm right here.
Yeah,
You
we'll
can
reject it.
see me. So just stand over there. Great.
Hear ye, hear ye! Heroes of the Black Isle turn back Swaggin forces just to the north of Saltmarsh. Great victory for the crown announced. Much celebration.
I hate us. Ew.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Why? That was really cool.
They're just watching Demi.
That's
No,
us.
it wasn't.
Why is that not cool? Peach,
Decided.
you're
I
a
don't want-
hero.
I don't. Okay.
Peach, I've watched you bisect so many Swordian.
Yeah, I know.
Listen,
Zahl,
that is-
you-
you've done things to save so many people. Those Swaggin were going to try to, keep going and moving, and they destroyed homes, and you saved people's homes. That's amazing. Give yourself some credit. That's important.
Zahl, there is a huge cost to what we did, and we now know precisely what it is.
What cost exactly?
Where do you think they went?
The Swaggin?
Anyone I've bisected. Where do you think they are?
Well, I mean, with your god, which is not bad, your god did protect my soul, so I don't see that as a bad thing. And those people that you bisected were intending to do that to cities of innocent people. You stopped so many things from happening. It's not Parker.
I'm not there.
I saw the snaps. Sorry.
Hold a Sean. I apologize. I'll be
You stopped those innocent lives from being taken. Yes, unfortunately, we did have to take our own lives, but it doesn't matter in the end because we did something good. We helped out people, innocent people.
I appreciate what you're saying, but I think it does still matter.
Of course, it matters.
Yeah.
You did it for a positive reason. You didn't do it to destroy people's lives and take their land. That's at least the way I see it. But I respect the way that you see it too. And Doc just kind of quiets down and is just watching Demi over at a distance since she wanted space to message.
Sorry, Parker. I didn't mean to interrupt you, by the way.
That was a wonderful thing that happened while she stepped away. She's gonna message Oceanus.
Okay. Hold on, let me. Shirtless Scott.
That's your whole personality. Thanks, Josh.
I'm kidding. I'm
Wait a
kidding.
second. Wait a second. Let me get in the character.
Brooding, intense.
Yeah, brooding.
Glittering abs, glittering abs,
No,
glittering
you hang
abs.
up
I'm ready.
first.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Demi? Demi?
I always hang up first. It's my spell.
Demi.
Both of you mute. Stop that. Anyway, she will step away and just message him really quickly, just like a very simple like, just checking in. There was an attack on Seaton, so glad I sent you the other way. Any trouble? Please say no. And that's it.
Quite quickly in response. No trouble. Very glad to hear you're all right. How are you holding up? Gryrax is Gryrax. Headed back towards Tyrant Landing shortly.
He always asks questions.
Sorry, he's an idiot.
No,
He
it's
doesn't
fine.
know how the spell works.
I am aware that she never told him. She's just kind of to herself, just like, he asked. Okay. What all did he say? Okay. We're doing the best we can. Going to court today, I think. Gryrax is awful, and you can say that. It's boring. Be safe. Last message. So they don't know it's cut.
Last mess. Okay. Yes, Gryrax is boring. I'm going to talk as quickly as possible so Sean has to count on all of his fingers. None of that happened.
In other words, I don't know why he knew my name.
Sean, why do you do the ums as a whole other word?
Because those count.
They do not.
They fully do.
And
If they did, we'd never get any words.
My favorite answer is still frickin' the Archfey going, Demi, Demi, Demi. All right. Well, yes. Stay safe. Thanks. Bye. Sorry, I got distracted. You didn't ask any questions, right?
No, it's fine. No. Nope.
And I made sure you
So-
didn't ask any questions, so that I'm not burning through your spell slots for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind
How's
of
it
me.
going? You guys have been gone so long.
Should have been like, bad connection can't.
I'll go through a tunnel.
Going through the plains.
She'll walk
again.
back over to her friends. They're fine. I'm very glad they went to Gryrax and not Seaton. That was the other option. So we're fine for now. Yeah, he doesn't seem to like it much either.
Get it?
We're fine for now. So onward to close.
Sure.
Right.
You ever been to Gryrax? I'm just Gyrax.
Gryrax?
been anywhere?
Yes, I have.
Wait, Peach, what was that? Sorry.
There's a port.
I haven't.
I wouldn't suggest it. It's kind of like if you took Seaton and made it worse. Personally, that's how I see it.
Seaton wasn't that bad.
Seaton wasn't bad. It depends on where you are in Gryrax, just
Yeah.
like any other city. But
Yeah,
Both have been so many places.
that's
we
where I
just hit
grew up.
port cities.
Well, that's where I grew up.
Well, if you don't like it, then we'll do our best not to go there.
Nah. If we end up there, I know people there, probably. Don't know if they're still there, but there's places in Seaton like that, or, well, Gryrax like that. You know, people come, people go. It's, yeah. And, Zahl, you can kind of tell Zahl retreats into himself for a few moments as they're walking.
All right. You guys successfully make your way up through the crest to the Dapper Dandy, where your shopkeepers are waiting for you. Hold on their names.
Pudge.
Fudge! Oh,
Pudge
shit.
was there,
Fudge.
that's right. What is this? He sounded like this, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you. Hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back. And he shuffles into the back, and then he comes out with an armful of... They're basically the hangers with these, like, nice clothing covers, and it's all far too big for Pudge, so it's stacked up over his head and then kind of trailing on the ground behind him as he kind of makes his way back across and up a stool to get up to the counter height and drops the clothing onto the counter for you. Okay, Peach, Zahl, this is for you guys. You want to take a look at it, try it on, make sure it all fits. There's clothing rooms, changing rooms over there. This whole thing's a clothing room. Words are hard. There you go.
Try it on.
Okay.
I'm going to sit in like the where
There's definitely
like,
nice
how they usually do
armchairs.
dressing rooms, and I'm just like sitting here very excited.
Pudge brings out like a little saucer of tea and a little teapot. Like
This is magical. Thank
sets
you.
it up, pushes it on.
Wonderful.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, one very quick question. Do you have, for purchase possibly, like a blue ribbon?
Sure. Yeah. What kind of blue?
Like my hair.
Okay. Give me a second. And he like goes out. He comes back with like 6 different spools of ribbon. And I was like, okay, 1 second. And he like pulls out this huge pair of scissors on him, and he's just like, and he puts the ribbon in his mouth, and then the spool he kind of holds in place with his foot. How long do you want?
Just enough to go around this pseudo dragon's neck in a little bow.
Okay. What? Jink. And he just go on the house. You guys spent a bunch of gold already.
Oh, thank you. She's tying it in a really pretty bow around Bims's neck, like a collar, like a little fancy little bow.
Flaps
You
his
look nice.
kind
You
of
look fancy.
sniffs at it.
Just leave it alone until we're back.
You like his paw is halfway to scratching it, and he kind of puts
Leave
his
it
hand there.
alone. Thank you.
When Peach comes out, they'll just say, "Bims, you look so handsome."
He looks very proud of himself. Then he vanishes. No, I'm kidding.
No. Not again.
Regret.
I imagine it takes Zahl a little bit longer to come out.
Yes.
And then finally is...
What are you guys wearing? Because I'm going to let you define this. It's better you than I.
Just very clean lines. The jacket is just purple with like silver trim. They're sort of it doesn't really look patterned unless you look closely, but there are stars kind of inlaid into the purple fabric.
It looks so nice.
Hell yeah.
It's really soft.
Can I braid your hair?
Yes.
Wonderful.
They'll sit down wherever she's having tea,
Yeah.
just like back against the chair.
I'm gonna do like a really pretty side braid, just like a big side braid.
That is amazing, and I love it so much.
While we wait for Zahl to
As
finish.
Zahl is doing all
I'm
the
sorry, I'm a diva. What are you gonna do about it?
We also get another cup of tea and like braid. I try a couple of different different braids. Like it's
You
know.
guys, there's
So
about
Zahl-
you're about an hour and a half here. Yeah, cool.
Jeez.
Other
Zahl's
things
got
happen,
a-
not just Saul. Sorry.
No, I know. No, it's just, I was like, jeez. Zahl's like, doesn't know how to put on clothes, apparently.
No.
No, I'm totally joking. But so Zahl comes out and he is wearing what looks to be like this it's like a black, almost tight muscle shirt that has gold trimmings almost swirling around it. And he has a new like pants set on that's more monotone grayish brown instead of his usual colors. It's a little less flashy, but he also is wearing what is almost like a shoulder cape or like half of a robe type of a deal that is hanging down his side, and it is like green satiny type color, like green satin going down with this golden trim. There's golden weaves around the shoulder, and like filigree girls. And then he has Ashi wrapped around him, so his whole body is almost wrapped around one side, and his head sits on the other side, so it almost looks like a shoulder pauldron in a sense.
You look so cool.
Oh, thank you.
You both look nice.
Holy shit, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much. I do have a thing for aesthetic. Can't tell.
You don't say.
Where did you get a snake?
So flowy.
It was a long story, and one day we'll have drinks over it. Deal?
Deal.
Great.
Wonderful.
Remind me, did I have you guys pay for this?
Let me double check.
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
I don't think you did. I think you gave us an estimate, but I don't think we actually paid for it yet.
I am using the Shern voice. I'm sorry, chat.
Sorry. I think we said that when you
Got
did
no
it the
joke.
first time, though, too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that all of this, quite expensive, a lot of filigree in a place with heightened prices. I'm gonna say 35 gold pieces.
Demi will get out 35 gold pieces.
Peach will have a heart attack and not say anything.
It's a good thing I have the money. 35 gold.
Okay.
Done.
Happily takes the money. Gets it all squared away. Sees you out. Asks if you need anything else.
I definitely flick him another gold as we go to leave as like a tip.
Thank you. Very much
Demi
appreciates
puts the old clothes into the bag
bag of holding.
of holding, so we still have them. And then,
Your Sunday
are we going
best.
straight to court from here? Are we doing that?
We could.
Are
You
we?
want to?
Perfect. And she will walk whatever direction is, so they don't, like, I need to be out of view from the clothing store that we just went to.
Okay. As you look around, like, so the crest is very nice. Like, this is one of the few stores. Most of this is estates with these beautifully done stone walls that are about 3 feet tall, followed by wrought iron spiked fences that are very ornate, but they're about another 5 feet tall. And then a lot of those have hedgerows behind them, and they're just next to each other, like stacked on top of each other. So if you're going to do this, there is a small run down the side of the clothing store, and there are a few side streets that lead off, but they're still quite open. Like, you get the feeling there's not a lot of alleyways, so to speak, in the crest.
Okay. Whatever's the, like, she doesn't need to be in an alleyway, she just needs to be out of
Just doesn't
the
want to be seen.
store window.
Okay. You
and
could
then
take the
she will-
scenic route up to the castle.
Yeah, she'll think about that, and then she'll be like, so, watch this. And then she will say the word to change and do a little spin. I want like a full Cinderella effect sort of deal where like the skirts spin up and the magic goes like that. And I want her in a little, I love that. It's a corset top with little cap sleeves. And then it's got a big ball gown with like layers around it. So the under layers are like this shimmery, like light blue to purple, like how Bim's wings go. And then the bodice is mostly purple with blue, like up in wave designs, like a very gentle thing. And then the cap sleeves are that light blue of the underskirt. And then she still has the one singular necklace. And the purple matches, or the blue, like the darker blues match Bim's little bow tie.
Perfect. And as you do, there is like this weird, it seems to almost grow out, because this is a lot more fabric, in this silver train that is this kind of sparkling, like light misty waft that manifests into reality as you spin, kind of forming around you in a 360 degree sort of spiral, as all of a sudden, as you take a step out of the spin, you are wearing this very elegant gown that you just described.
And I like the idea that her like bracers, her like armor bracers that she has, they turn into like really pretty like purple satin gloves.
Okay. done. You kind of...
The second she steps out of the spin, Zahl's gonna look over and be like, "I mean, I'm the one that is, trying to be flashy."
Mine
She's a
didn't cost
princess.
money.
Right, that's true. That is true.
This one's on Scarin.
That is true.
Somewhere Scarin dies. Ah!
We can only hope.
You
Love
look
you guys.
amazing. That was
You look
amazing.
great.
Thank you. I like it. It's nice.
It's like a
guys-
waterfall hem tiered. Like,
Mhm.
oh my goodness.
Like a nice
realize
ombre.
we're about to go meet a king.
That we are.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people that also are important.
Right, so what's the plan?
I mean, I assume we go in, get announced, meet Salvator,
You do
talk
have
and try not to make a fool of ourselves.
you do have a letter from Archibald,
Uh-huh.
the scribe for the crown as
Yeah.
well, which indicates presenting that at the front gates will gain you access.
Perfect. That's about as much of a plan as I have. And then we do what Salvatore said, which is watch for the reaction of this woman, see about talking and rubbing, I don't know, what did he say? Elbows with the elite, I don't know. We're doing our best, and then I might perform if it might make us money or make them like us.
Well, and you aren't just a bard, but you are a bard.
Yes.
You maybe get to do more of that.
I thought that I'd be here for my singing. But,
I mean, technically you are, because most of your spells are songs, so
right.
just a
Right.
different way to look at it.
You're multi-talented.
Sorry.
Good job.
Does he know all of your songs now?
A lot of them, yeah.
That's really...
I
that's
practice, yeah.
That makes sense.
He knows quite a few.
I assume we're walking and talking by this.
And as you do make your way up through the well-manicured and well-kept streets of the Crest, ever approaching the tall white walls of the castle of King Cambierto Scoti, we will jump to Salvator again. Our friends have spent some time traversing the city, procuring their clothing.
Yes.
Salvator, I'm sorry, I know Sal, he hates Sal.
Salvator,
Yeah,
yes.
Salvator.
Salvator.
I know he hates that. Can't help myself. I'm just shorthanding everything.
Salvatore is dressed in nice robes. They're like very nice, and they are robes. And he goes to court.
Okay. You walk through, and this castle is immense, Salvatore. You've kind of gained some of your bearings to this space. You're in what are sort of considered the guest quarters. You know that there are they're suites for dignitaries, other visiting scholars, royals from other nations. You've seen a few other noble-looking individuals spending their time in this space. You catch a few folks who seem to serve the royal family, carrying food, doing all the sorts of works that you're familiar with, given your lineage. As you make your way down these long, beautifully adorned hallways that there are these long cuts down this main wing that sits over the crest. Your room itself has an open balcony that looks over the River Draa, and you can see kind of southwards down the River Draa and eastwards across the River Draa and then up into the highlands that eventually lead into the principalities of Ulek. Down below you, hundreds of feet, there is the spread that is the dock district. So as you kind of leave your suite, your quarters, you make your way down these immaculately kept hallways, suits of armor, gilded and well kept, beautiful works of art hanging from the walls, tapestries, and these long green and gold everywhere, green and gold carpets. Every
Good
now
stuff.
and then you'll see the side profile emblem of the golden lion's head that is the marcation of the Scoti line. You make your way through this familiar, out into this open promenade. It is this beautiful, columnated square that's about 100 feet by 100 feet, and in the center of it are cut walkways through very well-tended gardens, rose bushes. You see the occasional kind of foliage cut into these forms of these different beasts of legend. You're pretty sure maybe that's a manticore and a hydra cut into the shape of these bushes and shrubberies. At the center of it all, following these cobblestone paths that all kind of emerge at the center of this, is a massive fountain, at the top of which stands a lion with its mouth open in a roar, and the water is coming out of this lion's mouth in this like large arc that kind of showers down, his head turned up down into the fountain. You kind of came from, as you look to your left, there is the grand entrance to the palace and the castle proper. Beyond that are the various yards and the castle wall. This architecture is particularly unique to you and your knowledge, because most castles are independent to palaces. The palace and castle of Scody are one and the same. This is both a very refined work of art and architecture and a fortified bastion at the same time. And most often, those are two very independent structures from one another. It's really hard to marry a fortress to a refined palace. But they've somehow managed it here in Neildra. And this is your first time ever encountering something like that. So the gates are to your left, and to your right leads into the Great Hall. As you make your way downwards, you pass along this familiar long hallway, guards in the green and gold positioned at various intervals. You cut into this huge hallway. It's about 50 feet tall, with these columns every once in a while, and running down the length of it are these massive tapestries that tell the story of the Scody lineage, particularly starting with the push of Simbarat out of the Kyoshi Heartlands and culminating in our most recent king. You make your way down this long hallway. There are no offshoots. It's just this long hallway that seems to tell this history. And at the end are these massive oaken doors that stand about 20 feet tall. They're open, and within you do see the familiar Great Hall of the King. At this vantage point, before you even enter the room, you can see on the far side of the Great Hall, on a raised podium with these green carpets running down, the throne of the king, the throne of the queen, and then various seatings off to the side.
One, super awkward that queen throne's there. Two, is anyone sitting in them?
Empty.
Okay, good.
But you do hear a hearty laugh. Oh, Gaston, you old fool. And you know that to be King Scody.
Okay. So I can hear what's happening in that room. Does it sound like there's quite the crowd, or is it like just a few people?
As you're listening, it's very much... There's a few groupings of people. It's not very, very busy. There is a dull murmur. There are times in the evening, or when the king is holding a formal gathering, or if there are hearings going on, where the entire place is crowded. You have seen times where this hall is a line of people petitioning to speak to the king about specific disputes. The courts of the land hold, or the leadership and various lords and ladies generally hold most matters, but things that need to be escalated, trade disputes and things like that, are brought before the king. And you have seen times like that. This is not one of those times. As you step into the room proper, you do see Archibald announcing Lord Tithus Salvator Calvernius Charlemagne the Seventh. Nod.
I still react like I'm not used to that. Like, bow.
There are various groups. You can see, again, it's not very, very crowded. And you do see that most folks turn to acknowledge your entry and then return to their business at hand. There are a few individuals, mostly human, at least one or two dwarfs, standing among the population there. You do see at least one other Dragonborn noble, one that you're not familiar with.
Actually, not cool. I keep my distance.
Okay. And this is a new addition to the court. Some of the other faces seem a little more familiar.
Yes, I don't want to make it like super obvious, but I want to keep my distance from that Dragonborn.
Okay.
Go
ahead. Yeah, you can do it. It's easy enough. Are you wanting to conceal it? Like, are you wanting to not be weird about it?
I mean, I don't want
it to be room. You can avoid
and
him.
run away.
Okay.
I just want to like be on the other side of the room.
You're fine. You don't have to make any rules.
I also want to see if this tutor woman is here. This hang on, I have it in my notes. Lady Ainsley. Ainsley.
She is not, as you cast your glance around.
Damn it.
As you look around, faces you would notice would be King Scody.
Yep.
Roll perception for me.
Oh, you gonna make me do this on the day of my daughter's wedding?
I am.
It is perception. That is a 9.
Okay, with a 9, you would notice also there would be
Gaston.
Archibald. Gaston is there, that is correct, in a small grouping with the king. And it does appear that an individual who you've seen a few times here now, Lord Corvier Oricus, is also there with Gaston and the king, and they seem to be discussing something.
Okay.
Roll a
Corvier.
quick history check.
Love it. Oh, Jesus, it's massive. 26.
Okay, so from what you know, Lord Corvier Oricus is a representative of the Great Kingdom, not Grand March, the Great Kingdom, just because I know those sound very similar, so I'm making those differentiations there, who is here on orders from High Czar Rogril Muldruma.
Oh my god. High Czar.
Yes, Rogril Muldruma.
Rogril.
Corvier Oricus is wearing this very militaristic looking attire. It's red and blues, and he's wearing this large black hat that is this fluffy material that goes straight up canonically before capping out and flattening out. It seems to be cast from or built from some sort of fur, a dark fur. And it's fairly ornate despite being fur. You're not used to seeing nobility in Neildraw wearing furs. It's much more fine cotton and silks that are in the chic.
Interesting. Okay. I'll just sort of schmooze about.
Okay.
Not anything of importance, just like making conversation with people around.
There are a few individuals who are, really... Some of them are just kind of leches who are there because their estate allows them to be there. It's easy enough to make conversation with them. You know them well. There's a few, other individuals you haven't had really an opportunity to speak with the king. Many of these more prominent figures, despite being in the space with them, it's like when you're cast on a TV show as an extra, you never interact with the so-called stars of the show, but you're in the same room as them.
Gotcha.
There's a bit of a pecking order.
Yeah, I think I respect it and just sort of enjoy the space and the atmosphere, but not really the attention and like directing conversation towards anyone I deem to be higher than me.
And you notice that there's moments where like food and drink are brought in for individuals. There's always staff on help. There are no tables set out. This isn't like a feast hall, but there is nourishment and liquid imbibement provided.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll partake.
As you schmooze, we'll jump back to our party. You are approaching now. You can see it standing at the top of this hill, the crest, this massive 30-foot white stone wall with crenellations running along the top of it. You can see guards carrying crossbows, well-kept crossbows, standing at the top. Other guards punctuated with these sort of spears and so on and so forth along the wall. As you approach on the main way, which is this large cobblestone, the huge gates of the castle do sit open, or of the castle walls wide open for you. There are guards posted. You see, not only are there guards on feet, but there's a small contingency of mounted guards standing off to the side, quite formally, very austere, just kind of watching all as you approach. You do see an individual who has a demarcation of leadership, who does seem to be addressing the other guards as you approach.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Can I help you? Wow,
We're to make an appearance at court.
you dressed for it.
Thank you.
Right. Can I get your name, please? Any summons?
She'll hand the paper, like show the paper.
Oh, Lady Waters, Lady Peach, and
No.
Master Kareen. I'm sorry.
No.
No? Oh, right.
No.
Master Peach.
Does that work?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
My sincerest
Yes.
apologies.
No, that's fine.
All right. Very good. Give me a moment. I'll get a page, and they'll lead you forth. Are you going straight to the Great Hall?
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good. Do I not get that back?
No. I'm keeping it.
Oh,
Shit.
strange.
Okay. He disappears for a moment into a little side guardhouse that is, as you're looking now at the gates are swung open. There's a massive portcullis of wrought iron up along kind of over the structure itself. And he steps kind of into the shadow that's cast by this wall. This wall is very thick. You're estimating 20 feet back before you see basically what is a tunnel that leads through the wall, and you see the light and this courtyard on far. He disappears into a little side door and returns with a young page in the gold and green of the crown. The page escorts you forward into the front yards of the castle. These are a little more, while well kept, orderly, and well designed. They are a little more utilitarian. There are places where there are carts being unloaded. You see a stables that is very well kept, but nonetheless a stables with all of that pertains. You do see some barracks structures as you lead up. This entire space is cobblestoned as well, but it leads up to these stone stairs, and the stairs go up about 15 feet into this colonnade. And on the far side of the colonnade, you can see the hints of this garden that I described earlier to Morton. And you're coming through kind of...
Not to Morton.
I'm sorry. Jesus, I am terrible today.
That's
No,
okay.
No, it's
you're
okay.
good.
You can describe it to Morton if you want to.
Just hurt my feelings.
I'll be so
I'm sorry,
confused.
guys. I'm
You'll
just
be
a
so
hot
confused.
mess. My apologies. Of Salvator.
This is where Morton's being held. Burn the place down.
He's coming!
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's stunning. It's so big.
A lot.
Yeah. This stuff always seems weird.
So are we being led up to the colonnades, or are we in
Yes,
like this
I
open
apologize.
courtyard?
So you are being
No, you're
led.
good.
I paused because what are you doing? But I'm in charge here. It leads you up the stairs. I'm driving this ship. Whoops.
I'm gone now.
God, I'm a fucking mess. It leads you up
die.
the stairs towards this kind of colonnade stretch and across. It's basically this long, beautifully surfaced stretch that, again, it's 100 feet by 100 feet. It's covered, and there's columns. It's about 10 feet wide, this sort of hall, but it's not a hall. There's columns on either side, and the roof is placed along the tops of the columns, and then you step right through into this garden. Off to the right, you see this like large door that leads into some sort of wing of the castle, same to the left, but across this garden, you see these strange hedges with all these fantastical creatures and this fountain with the lion standing, roaring water into existence, seemingly. And on the far side, you see the large great hall structure itself. Again, this very tall, white-faced building with these pointed roof at the top of it and these blue slates along it. You also see in the back the towers that you saw kind of looming up from behind these structures as you begin to approach. These, again, there's like 4 or 5 of these very tall towers, all of differing heights. One off on that right wing, 2 off on the left wing, and 2 coming up behind and framing this great hall structure that you are currently being led towards. The page takes a leisurely time, seemingly very familiar with letting new guests take in the scenes and the sights of the castle. You again see various individuals, guards, folks going about their business. There's a dull hustle and bustle about the castle. It doesn't seem somber, it doesn't seem locked down, and you don't see anybody kind of mistreating or treating anybody poorly as you make your way through these large oaken doors, seeing these tapestries hanging from these walls, 40 feet lengths of ornate fabric woven into these beautiful scenes, golden threads used to tell this story. You see a figure with this sort of slightly auburn, kind of half neck length hair with this circlet on his head and a sword, wearing green and gold atop a horse, standing next to him. Another figure in a tabard of blue, riding alongside with another blade that seems to gleam in hand. The next scene shows them facing down Simbarat on this kind of seaside, riverside scene as this fight continues, chasing the dragon up the river. You see various scenes with members of the catacombs kind of sewn in. You see that familiar black and white tabard and heraldry. And then you see the fight returning to the sea. This massive blued-scaled dragon being driven back into the ocean. The last scene, or the second to last scene, is this blue-scaled dragon, its arm being severed. I don't know what you're laughing at, but I'm sure I said something stupid. This blue-scaled dragon, its front arm, which is huge, like a story, being severed by this blade of the individual wearing the blue tabard. And the scene after that is the dragon retreating under the water of what you can assume is the Azure Sea.
Oh, that's why it's called that. It's got a blue dragon in it.
Are we like, so is this like right at the doors where we're at?
So this is what you're seeing as you make your way down the hall. The hall is quite long, and there's a tapestry.
Okay.
Right, left, and the story juxtaposes on your way down this hallway.
Gotcha. Whenever they get close to the door, Zahl is gonna like flick the comprehend languages.
Cool. Good chance.
Just so I have that, ready.
You got that going. All right.
Yeah.
As you reach the doors, the page says, "Hey, 1 moment." And he ducks in. The doors are open, but he ducks in. And a moment later, out steps this individual, very clean-shaven, silver hair swept back, kind of angular jaw, and this tabard running down. Says, hello, how may I help you?
Hello. Heroes of the Black Isle?
Ah, yes, I'm Archibald Horton. Welcome. We've been expecting you. We heard of your arrival.
Lovely.
You have really good penmanship.
Oh, thank you. May I get your names just to make sure that I get this correctly, please, before we present you to the court?
Yes. Demi Waters.
Demi Waters, very good. And you? And he looks to Peach.
Just Peach. Child of Plum. I don't...
All
Yeah.
right, very good. And you, sir?
Zahl Kriyan.
Zahl Kriyan. All right, very good.
Yeah, that's it.
Very good. Now, follow behind me. Have you ever been to court before?
Nope.
No.
I see. Well, the king will be likely very excited to see you. He is a jovial fellow, though stern at times. Obviously, respect him. We are in an open format, so there is no obligation to bow or curtsy. If you do see fit, you may try to avoid for immediately asking for favors and things like such. And he goes through this briefing with you where you can tell there are people who have just rolled in and expected to talk to the crown. There's about 10 minutes of crap that he goes through with you that is just common etiquette.
Has that happened to you before? I imagine there's... Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Are we all ready?
Sure.
Very good. And he turns and folds his hand behind his back, glances over and says, "Follow behind, steps forth as I announce you. Thank you all." And he steps out through the doors into this hall where you see a series of various figures in very wealthy-looking attire spotted across this very large room. An empty 2 thrones sit at the far end of the room, and behind it on this massive, beautifully carved wall is this profile of a lion's head that must be 2 stories tall in ornate detail. Tabards of green and gold hanging down to either side of it. And again, columning running down the side of the room with these tall glass windows that let light in from either side. You see Archibald goes, "Announcing Demi Waters, Siren of the Fallen Stars and Captain of the Falling Star. Announcing," he kind of looks to Demi, "Master Zahl. Announcing Peach, Child of Plum."
Zahl stepped forward when they said his
Yeah,
name.
we did the thing.
Yeah.
And you kind of see the room goes a little more quiet this time than I described with Salvator. Most of the faces there were familiar with Salvator and know of him. But there is a bit of a hush, and then immediately following a murmur as the court kind of becomes a little more interested, and you see some of the groups begin to discuss among themselves. The king, an individual with this sort of slightly reddish auburn hair that falls again down to his neck, sweeps back almost like a mane. There is a well-kept beard, same kind of color that runs. It's very short, kind of cut close to the jawline. He's tall, about 6'2", human, and he is wearing a very simple golden band crown that runs around the arc of his head. These flowing robes, actually very similar in cut to what Salvator wears, a little fancier, but with a big brooch with a golden lion's head here on it, and a large, golden inlaid kidney belt that wraps around a quite broad chest. You do see a fairly ornate-looking longsword hanging at his side, though it appears to be more for decoration than anything else. And this figure turns almost immediately on his heel, and there's just this huge smile plastered across his face. As these arms swing wide, this kind of cape bellows outwards, and he says, "Welcome, heroes of the Black Isle! I am King Kimbiato Scotti, and it is a pleasure to have you all amongst my court. I was very excited to see you had joined us in Neildra, and delighted to find out that you have finally joined us at my castle. Please come, join us. And he immediately begins ushering you towards this small group that he had been kind of speaking with.
Oh, there's an attempt to bow, and we're being
Don't,
ushered
darling,
already.
come now.
Oh, no.
Zahl is definitely just walking up with a big smile.
And you must be Zahl. And he kind of grabs you by the forearm, and shakes, and it is this very firm. And you in the purple, yes, Peach the warrior. And he grows, shakes.
No.
And you are the Siren of the Falling Star. Yes, Demi Waters. And he takes your hand, and there's a gentle yes.
Oh, thank you.
Is Salvator hanging?
Salvatore's just off on the other side of the room, watching this, I know them.
Oh
my goodness.
He's like kind of bragging to these other people who he doesn't know.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
When did you meet them? Were you at the Black Isle?
No. Thought about it for a second. He's like, no, I was not there. Next they came down.
They go kind of back and forth. Back to the group. It is my honor to have you here at my court. I'm just delighted, and the reports tell of your heroism. Admiral Hawk spoke highly of all of you. There was a fourth, though, if I'm not wrong. Where are they?
The one question Salvatore never asked.
Yes. We ran into a bit of trouble on the way here, so...
Ah, yes, Gaston mentioned that
Yes.
you were delivering things for us.
Yes, I think that Mavinon handled that with you.
Yes, we'll speak later in private.
Of course.
This is not the time for that. Merriment. We will, now that you're here, I will have Archibald coordinate a feast in your honor. Give us some time. We'll need to bring food. There'll be dancing and merriment, but that would be an absolute delight to have you all here.
Sounds
I am
wonderful.
so excited.
Yes.
Do we see Salvatore in the room, by the way?
You're
we
not
see
hiding,
him?
are you, Salvatore?
I'm not from them, no.
Okay, yeah. You see him.
You see me just
Zahl,
slightly talking to someone else.
Zahl is 100% going to go. I feel so embarrassed doing this. Is that Salvatore? That is a good friend of ours.
Who's that?
Helped us out so many times. Is that? Do you mind if I call him
From the
over?
Free City. You'd like him to... Master Salvatore, come!
Meets and I'm just like, so it was like straight up his road. It's like, mine. He's just walking out there.
Forgive me, Lord Charlemagne. We haven't had an opportunity to speak yet.
Of course, Your Grace.
It's
It's an honor to be here.
You're friends of the heroes here.
I did meet them when they arrived in Nildra. They are quite the eccentric bunch.
Well, you'll fit in wonderful with them, I'm sure. Yes.
Well, your court grows ever stronger this day.
Very good. Good witty.
There's a lot of hearts just going on.
Okay. Wonderful.
Zahl definitely does like a sly wink to him at that point.
When Scotty turns, he's just like, thank you.
Scotty is turned and is addressing like Demi and Peach as you guys are like. Yes, well, it is genuinely, you have done our country a great service, and given the opportunity, I will bestow upon you titles. But as it stands, the court is open to you. The guards will know your name, so if you wish to visit, just as my dear friend Salvatore here has, and he gives him like a slap on the shoulder, has been residing among us, you may do the same. For as long as you
Everyone
see
else in
fit.
the room when he says, my dear friend Salvatore. Oh, damn right.
We're besties, I swear.
I do have some matters at hand that I am currently discussing with my good friend here from the Great Kingdom. So I hope you can excuse my rudeness and take my sincerest and most formal greeting, and we will send word. Please help yourself to the court, discuss amongst yourselves, interact with anyone whom you see fit. It is very exciting to have you all here.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Thank
She
you for having
curtsies.
Zahl kind of does like a half bow.
He returns a slight bow.
Cool.
Very good.
Salvatore, where should we go?
Oh, yes,
Leave
please.
the king to his business. Yes.
Just like scrolling away in our own little corner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you do. Oh, hi, babe. I love you.
Yeah.
You're the best.
But it's court without Coco.
I'm a lucky guy. So you are able to find yourself in a corner of this large room, or with a space with some room to discuss.
Are we alone, or is after that?
Yes, so
Distract
as the
everything
king
from
kind
the
of
storm.
takes his leave, he brings the other two individuals whom were with him, Gaston and Urek, with him, and they begin discussing, kind of off to the left of the throne, down on the main floor, not up on the pylonth, but down there. They begin discussing some sort of matter quite quietly.
Okay, but we aren't being flocked by.
You are not. You know that it
Gossips.
is incredibly poor etiquette to flock people.
I know that
yes.
because everyone else here.
Most of the other people in the court are currently keeping their distance for now. You think the moment there are people looking and very curious, but in the Great Hall itself, they are respecting the unspoken order of things.
Very good.
And did I hear correctly that he said that something about the party staying here? In
He
some
offered
capacity?
the castle to you however you would need. You get a feeling that those details mean jack shit to him,
Yeah.
and he expects his serving staff to figure it out.
We're staying in the castle. Zahl is definitely like the second they get away from it, he's like, "We're staying in the castle. That's
And lose the
Oh.
goblin.
we'll go back there anytime we want."
The drinks.
Drink and goblin.
Yes.
Camping.
Slumming it. Yeah.
So this is weird, right? This is weird.
What does he
No.
mean?
She's saying this with like a very like nice, like pristine smile on her face. Like she's like very like public, like if she were performing, but she's like, this is weird. This is right?
I feel like
It's how-
Zahl picking up that hint would be doing like that.
Yeah. Okay. Not that much. Nope. Relax your face a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So, what does one do at court, Salvator? We're apparently having a feast later.
In your honor, I heard.
Yes.
I would just speak to those who see around you, if indicate your interest. It's nothing more than conversation, really.
Is there anyone that should catch our interest?
That individual we mentioned before doesn't seem to be here currently,
Oh,
so I
unfortunately.
would assume passing up a feast in your honor is something they could not afford to do.
Ah. So,
But you should look around.
Can
You
I
should not listen
can I do a perception check to see if anybody in the court is like intensely watching us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know there's eyes on us, but like I mean like intentionally.
Yeah,
like,
go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, I don't
We
see
can
jack
just start
shit.
playing with their braid.
That's a 7.
Poor
if you do that, it'll get looser, and I'll have to redo it. Yeah.
That's a 7.
A 7? There are definitely people watching you, and that's kind of the problem. You're not sure, you're not able with that roll to ascertain the difference between the folks who are like hawk eyes on you and the folks who are just like, oh, look at
Suspicions
those.
and gossips.
Yes, yeah, this is, thank you.
No worries. I go to court all the time, so I know these things.
Yeah, you're a pro, court pro.
I'm a big court guy.
Any
Right.
ideas?
You could simply look around. People are clearly interested in speaking with you. Look at these eyes. Just sort of point around and everyone just sort of like looking around and pointing back towards them.
If anyone else would like to make a perception check, kind of,
I
Go for it.
do.
Sure, why not?
sorry, Adam.
Holy shit!
Oh, you're totally good.
Hey.
at
Did you
get a
it.
1 button?
Yeah, I have a 0.
Oh,
I got a
20.
17.
21.
21. Okay. Both Demi and Salvator notice there is an individual standing by himself off to one side who is just kind of like back and forth, like he's almost trying to catch your attention. It seems he has this like wide-brimmed hat that is he's not the wealthiest looking person in the group. In fact, while he's not obviously impoverished, he doesn't look like everybody else who is in their finery. He's in sort of a long, clearly captain's coat of a deep set green color. And he has this this black wide brimmed hat with a feather that he's kind of wringing a little bit in his hand, and he's looking at you all.
Oh.
Do you know him? He said a point to stick out the hat, like nonchalantly, like behind my cloak, just like, do you know that guy?
Not every person that sails the sea knows each other. Do I know him?
You do not.
Okay.
Not why I said that.
No, I know. She's staring
Wait,
at the captain's coat.
Who are we pointing at?
He kind of waves as you're all staring at him.
The one waving.
Oh,
Peach just waves back.
He takes that, and the moment the Peach waves back, that is
Oh, no.
initiation, and he comes across.
yeah, Peach,
Oh,
we can't
no.
wave at people.
Everyone else goes, aw.
What?
Why
not?
Demi just slowly like takes Peach's hand and is just like, no.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I can't do this. Okay.
It's
hello.
Hello.
There.
Hi.
Heroes of the Black Isles, pleasure to meet you all. My name is Rogvir Youngsteam. Lord
Robvir Youngstein.
Youngsteam.
Steam.
Yes. And he is, as you now look, as he was kind of ringing the hat, as he gets closer, he has a hook for a hand.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's got the hat kind of caught in one hand and is twisting it. He also has kind of this subtle scar that cuts down the side of his cheek and down the neck like this a little bit. And he does carry himself like a seafarer for certain, one that's seen a considerable amount of combat.
I
Interesting.
like your coat.
I like your braid.
Thank you. She did it.
Oh.
Stop playing with it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't mean to be rude, but I saw your wave. You're combatants of the sea, clearly. Great heroes.
We do our best.
I'm here on behalf of the Lordship of the Isles.
I'm sorry?
Who should over the what now?
The Lordship of the
What?
Isles.
Is that who's fighting the sea elves?
It is.
Oh God.
Yes. Ah, yes.
But I was hoping to. Perhaps. Please do not. I know it's, but we could certainly use help, aid of worthy privateer and seafarers like yourself. Obviously, you serve the crown of Kyolan, I understand, but certainly I'd love to make your acquaintance and introduce myself.
What exactly do you need aid with?
I'm not sure how familiar you are with maritime warfare, but we are in the midst of a conflict.
Oh.
Oh.
Damned
the
sea
sea
elves of
princess?
Wayserath.
Oh.
Ah, yes, I've heard. Their malice and
Monsters.
vicious attacks.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The sea elves of Wayserath, they've been plaguing the sea for decades.
How so? Exactly.
Wholesale murder of populations in some places.
She's looking at Salvatore like, is this for real?
Oh, it's been
I
talk around here for quite some time.
specifically represent Ulris Helmgast, Admiral Ulris.
Ulris Helmgast.
Yes,
Is this man a human, by the way?
he is.
I'm just making sure.
Only humans can have hook hands.
My bad. I forgot about
What's
that
the
rule.
admiral's name again? What was it?
Ulris, Aluwris, because I'm a fucking nightmare when I name things. Helmgast, Helmghast.
Thank you.
Helmet Ghost.
Helmet Ghost, yes. Alawuri Helmet Ghost.
And you came to court to request aid from the king, or specifically us?
Well, the Admirable has done an excellent job scouring this scourge from our seas. They are a pernicious threat, and wield incredible magics. And we are hoping to form an alliance. Though I fear that the representative of the Zahl has beaten me to it.
Are they? I'm sorry. Are they also fighting in this?
Some strange threat from the north, I don't know.
Oh.
They are neighbors, so.
I just sort of like turned my head towards the guy, like, what you say? My attention's on that for now.
Yeah, you're over there. Okay, good. Roll perception for me.
Ooh. 16.
16.
I don't
Okay.
get a plus to that.
You can't read lips, and it is a fairly hushed conversation.
Damn it.
But it is very clear that the representative of the Tsar, Ulvik, is requesting something, and you can see kind of conversation going back and forth. Every now and then you'll see as Scody turns to Bertram, and then, or not Bertram, excuse me, to Gaston, and whispers back and forth before readdressing the representative. Demi, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's good. She needed some time to process. We're kind of in the middle of quite a few things at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure that we have the time.
I'm so sorry. I do not.
No, you're fine. You couldn't know. I wish you luck in discussing it with the king.
Yes.
I hope that you have a good Yep.
Well, with the Sea Princes, it's a little difficult. I know the king
Yes.
has his hands tied there as well, but perhaps, it's worth giving it the old seafarer's try.
Yes, we do that, don't we?
Apparently one of them attacked Season.
Oh, I had heard of that, yes. Terrible
Yes.
business, though. There's a giant there.
I heard.
Nonsense.
He's
Pity
really
on those
sweet.
souls.
Stomping around. What?
His name is
Really
Fjolnir.
sweet.
He's a really nice guy, actually.
Well, whose
Yes.
name is Fjolnir?
The giant.
The giant, the storm
He's a good
giant.
friend of ours.
He actually worked on our boat.
Sure.
Sorry, you've met the sea
No.
giant.
It's
Oh
fine, I
yes,
believe
he's
them.
our friend.
He likes scones.
He does.
And they genuinely have a sea giant in Seaton.
They have a storm giant specifically.
Storm
Yes.
giant.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he like big?
That is better.
He is,
Much better.
yeah,
Isn't he
Yeah.
like very large for a storm giant? Because
he's
like,
very big. Yes,
My
I think
God.
so.
gosh.
but he's wonderful.
Well, maybe
Very
those
nice.
princes will get dealt with a little bit quicker.
That's completely possible. He's not particularly fond of them.
No.
Yes. Well,
You're fond of information. The coast here is a busy place, clearly.
it is.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm again being intrusive. Thank you.
No, of course. Again, I wish you luck.
Yes. I'll go. Stand over there.
Of course.
Nice
yes.
meeting you all. And he kind of like shuffles
Hope to
awkwardly,
see you later.
bowing a little bit out backwards, and he's not sure how exactly to treat all of you either.
She waits until he's gone and then goes, so that's where Oceanus is from, in case anyone was wondering.
I kind of figured that the second he said damn sea elves.
Well, there's plenty of different sea elves, but that particular city
Oh.
of elves that he's talking about
Oh.
is where Oceanus is from.
Peach will just give Demi's hand a squeeze. Are you
Mm.
okay?
Yeah, I just, well, let's, be completely
Yeah.
honest with ourselves. He's 253 years old and we've known him for 3 months. So he doesn't
Yeah, that's a
seem
lot.
like, like a genocidal, I don't know what the words were. I kind of blanked in the middle of his explanation.
War is bad, and
Yes.
I
war is bad.
feel like we don't know the ways in which the sea elves were retaliated against. We don't know anything.
I read a book, a little bit, but, oh no. I don't think we can, we should, we have a lot going on anyway. We couldn't help him anyway, right? That was, I can't, have Oceanus,
No,
sail a boat there.
No, we have a lot of things to handle, and if it comes to that, we're not going into some fight not knowing.
Right.
There are civilians. We can't. I hate it.
Yep. Also, just like, does it ever make anybody angry when people are like, damn, insert species of person here? Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't.
So most people think about the Yuan-Ti, because usually...
Right. Like,
Yeah.
that would be rude. You're the only one I've ever met, and while you are extra as fuck, you are not mean. That was a compliment. That was a compliment.
Demi, do you mind if I ask something, and I don't mean this in any rude of a way?
Absolutely.
Do you know what a backhanded compliment is?
I do. It's my favorite.
You throw them every day.
Yes,
Hey.
I do. But like, that'd be like if somebody walked up to, us and was like, "Oh, Genasi," that'd be dumb. I'm sure there's
mean, it
one out
happens.
there that's an actual asshole, but like, we're nice.
Yeah, see, the thing though with the Yuan-Ti that scares me is I did do some research, and they do have like a very evil god. When I say very evil, I mean very evil.
It seems to be the prevailing factor is that most of these reports of sea elf attacks have been quite gruesome.
Oh.
It's not that all sea elves are evil, it's the ones they're fighting tend to at least be reported that way.
That's so...
Why? What are they? Why?
What are they doing?
Josh, do I know?
Roll
do I have any more
a history
information?
check.
Of course.
Let's go!
Hey, that's pretty good again. 23.
This war has been going for more than 40 years.
Okay. Holy shit.
It's not entirely clear what lit the match. There was very little interaction between the populations that lived in the Aredi Sea below the surface and above it before that time. Very little interaction between them beyond basic trading, but it was not necessarily antagonistic.
So there was a point around 40 years ago where they were fine with each other.
Might have been later than that, or longer than that, but at least 40
Around
years.
40 years.
There was a
Yeah.
period of seeming peace.
Okay. I
And
will relay that.
They don't know what they're fighting over?
That's the way most wars that go on for 40 years tend to end.
Now they're just fighting over, the fact that they've killed so many of each other, probably.
Yes. Now they're fighting over the fact that they're both on opposite sides.
No, that's always fun.
I'm sure these sea elves have just as many horrible stories about the people that live on that land as we do of them.
That is not a conversation I want to have.
Who is Oceanus?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is our first mate, my first mate of my ship.
Ah,
He's a sea elf.
interesting. I would love to get his perspective on this conflict.
You and me both.
All of us.
It's not a conversation I want to have over 25 words at a time.
No.
No.
That would
Also,
not go well.
probably pay attention to the court because we are.
Oh,
standing
right.
in
Right.
conversation.
Yeah.
Do we still have our own space, or are
You
people,
do.
like, trying to
Folks
get in?
are respecting it. They kind of saw there were folks watching this really brief conversation, and now folks are looking at the individual who just approached you, whose name I immediately forgot. Rodgriv?
Oh yeah, Roderick.
Rogvir. Yes.
Rob
So, and he's just kind of standing there on his own. There are a few folks who look like they're considering to go talk to him after that interaction.
Should we go mingle with people, or are we going to, I don't know, stay in a little group? Love the idea, but
Do you feel like you want to go mingle? We can. I don't know.
I mean, again,
As you say this,
oh,
you see, as Archibald steps in,
okay.
Oh shit.
Introducing Lady Ainsley Grazier of Grandmarch.
I go stiff as a board, just to...
And in steps a very tall, half-elven woman with platinum hair that cascades immaculately down over her shoulders and past to the center of her back. She's wearing this very, very ornate neck length, like the collar comes up to here, quite tight gown that flares outwards. It starts off as kind of this white and seems to naturally fade to a purple color that ends in a slight golden trim. She has a kind of angular jaw and a slight upturned pointed nose and these very, even at this distance, piercing icy blue eyes. There is, as she steps into the room, a pause, and then Archibald goes, and Prince Whitby Scotty III, and a 6-year-old boy with strawberry blonde hair that has these like slight reddish streaks in them, kind of skitters around and grabs Ainsley's hand. And she kind of looks down and gives him this very, very warm smile. And then she kind of, you see the court goes very quiet. And you see King Scody pause. And then again, this huge grin, even far bigger than the one that you all received, splits his face as he kind of looks at his son. Then smiles and nods at Ainsley, who then immediately crosses the floor towards them and joins the conversation. And you can hear the young prince, Papa! Hey! And he kind of grabs a hold of his father's leg, this young child, and gives like a hug. And you see as the king kind of ruffles his head, Whitby, it is good to see you. Child, come. And he like lifts him up and holds him. And then they kind of return to the conversation at hand over there. The court begins to go back to whatever they were discussing.
May I roll an insight check on that woman smiling at that kid?
Yeah, roll away.
Okay.
Casual.
Come on.
Totally casual.
17.
Hey,
What's my insight?
Hey,
17
Totally
plus
cash.
Dumbledore.
22.
22, okay.
22.
Breathe in, breathe out, Sal.
That's plus 5.
So,
It seems sincere.
And he does say it like that.
Okay.
The little boy's so small.
It's very itty bitty.
I have ideas.
what?
About?
We're trying to say that word.
Yeah, it is.
The boy's so young. I have ideas.
No!
Oh no! That's what I meant!
It was bad timing.
God, guys.
Bad timing. Okay, what was the idea?
I think we're gonna try to befriend the prince.
Oh, I also had that thought.
Sweet.
I was mostly thinking, and Bims is still on her shoulder.
Yeah.
People love this. Although I love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a big snake right now.
Here's the thing. Growing up as a young boy, one thing you realize, creepy crawlies are fun.
I mean, I suppose, but like, this is a small dragon.
I got nothing.
This is a snake.
I don't know what to do with
I
you.
drew him without
A
pants.
magical snake.
The other two are like, can't do it. No way.
A magical snake I can make disappear at will.
Sure, but I mean, look
As
how cute he is.
you are
I have
going
illusions
back,
and sparkles.
as you are going back and forth, you do see as Gaston and Orvik, the representative of the Tsar, part. And there is kind of, again, a conversation not hushed, but not loud enough to really be pertained before the king, with his son kind of sitting on his hip like this, begins to walk towards you all. And Lady
Wonderful.
Ainsley falls in behind, sweeping
wonderful.
along as they head directly towards the four of you.
We bow.
I'll curtsy
I do that.
and ask Bims to do a cute little like thing too.
And like, there's a little bit too much. Ashi.
Ashi's definitely doing like the bow with
Doing
me.
your best.
Um,
Good job.
And you can see Whitby is already very, very excited. There's this sparkle in his eyes as King Scody steps forward. My son has heard much of your adventures. I may have regaled him with a few tales myself at bedtime.
Wonderful.
He was very excited to meet you all. And you can see him kind of like push back a little bit into his father, but also like keep glancing at you. Clearly very, very excited. And also, Lady Ainsley asked that she be introduced as well.
Hello.
Wonderful to meet.
An absolute pleasure to meet all of you.
Insight check.
Is it a pleasure?
Roll an insight check, anyone who wants to.
no, Josh, she gets my 7.
Okay. What does that do for her?
Lady Ainsley, whatever you rolled is a 7.
Oh, okay. Thank God that. Hold on.
Oh no! Is it higher?
Oh no.
Damn it!
I got a
What'd you roll?
16.
I have to tell you before I know the roll.
16.
Insight check. I got a 19.
Okay. Seems sincere.
Damn it! It probably helped. Damn it!
No, you did
Nervous.
help.
To help her.
Actually, it was exactly a 7. But
I wasted one of my 7s.
the whole court has been abuzz with news of your ventures.
Oh, that's lovely.
And so,
What are they saying? What are they? We didn't have a lot of people there with us to talk about it.
oh, well, Hawk's reports, and King Scody comes, yes. Hawk's reports said that you worked alongside the Coalinth of all people, striking at the heart of their fortress from beneath the surface, that you led a courageous scouting party that rescued people from the bowels of that isle and freed them in a daring raid that also disabled some of their defenses.
We did do that, yeah.
Yes, he indicated that you returned heroes to the people of Saltmarsh, and I must admit that Saltmarsh needs heroes. It has been dark times. There's been, well, not dark times, but there's been back and forth there, with my loyalists, and then the folks who don't so much appreciate the crown, and you all seem to have been sort of a banner for folks to form around. And if I'm understanding correctly, this Solomor, and I don't know, there were a few other individuals on the council, their names were on the reports.
Mm-hmm.
They indicated that you have been done much for the town, so.
Oh, that's
But
lovely.
particularly fighting terrifying shark people from under the sea. That is impressive.
That did happen.
It was a lot.
Peach is gonna look down at Whitby and just say, "Do you know what this one can do?" And she pointed Demi. She made them think that we were killing their god, and they came out to us, so that we separated their forces. It was a phenomenal act of artistry too, not just fighting.
Demi's gonna shape water into like the two-headed shark.
This is like overload for this kid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's like these
magical out
the
here.
weapons and armaments like of you guys, your
racial
attire,
trait.
the snake, the pseudo dragon. Now there's magical water, and he's just like, like very awestruck, and you can see like a big warm smile on Scotty's face.
Oh, thank God.
As he seems to be quite pleased with that. There is genuine, sincere affection you can see between the king and his child.
Do you know what else she did after that?
What?
She teleported. She teleported us across the field.
I honestly thought you were like, she killed a man. The way you said it, I was like, oh no.
No, I was trying to help.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
it'd be like she can do magic.
Yeah.
You see Whippy kind of turn, and he looks over past his father's shoulder at Lady Ainsley. Teleport, like from one place to another, and
That's
you
fine.
see her kind of smile. And that's correct. Wow.
Mhm.
You're mad. Wow.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
King said he says, yes, he's a big fan of your work, as are we all.
Oh.
Listen, and you know, Lady Ainsley has also been asking after you, especially since your recent arrival.
Oh.
She is the benefactor who is most interested in that article, that item held by Mavinon.
Oh. Is that so?
Yes.
Are you a collector of antiques?
Ancient relics.
Any particular interest in the Durga? Such a specific interest.
Oh, no, that's from... It's a much older piece of antiquity you've got there.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not a historian.
Roll deception for me.
I'm not a historian!
Roll deception for me.
14 plus... We're 5, so 19?
Okay.
7.
She kind of nods and smiles at that. Well, you have certainly stumbled across something of incredible power.
Do you mind enlightening us? We transported it here. We always kind of wondered what it was.
Well,
Exactly.
I assume, you've taken it to Master Mavinon in the catacombs, so you must know of some sort of import. And I'm going to need...
Oh no.
Do it. Let's
Oh,
do
let
this.
me just
With those
Delicious.
words, my gut
I
doth
don't
twist.
like it.
Get me.
Those words from thy mouth. Fuck
No.
you.
As she directs the question towards the matter of the throne, I need... Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the spell.
Is it
I
suggestion?
don't like that.
What?
Sorry guys, give me just a second.
Casting
here.
a spell?
She's gonna cast something at me, I think.
Now, Josh, before this happens, do I know is like magic not allowed here, or was he just being polite with the cantrip?
Who's that?
Scody.
Scody.
Because Demi did a cantrip and he smiled at it warmly.
He had no problem.
And magic's just fine here? Do I
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah, you haven't had... Again, like,
Just wanted to check for me.
there are enough individuals of powerful magic capabilities within the court that there's always some sort of preparation, and they assume that just some of the mages literally use it as a way of maintaining their stance, stature. So magic is... It's generally... Everyone knows what to look for when they're looking.
Gotcha.
Now,
Gotcha.
give me just a second
Cool.
here. As
Good
I-
to know.
See, the fact that Sean just asked that just made me immediately think it's gonna be like, she casts this counter spell.
I wish I had that right now. I totally would.
In fact, I'm going to disable your magic.
No! Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Shield. Oh, sorry. I thought I saw the shield falling from the wall that you have displayed.
No.
I will have Zahl make for me.
Oh no! That's
Oh,
all!
no, not Zahl!
Poison check. I'm fine.
And what are our passive perceptions for everybody as well while I do this?
15!
15?
9.
10!
Okay.
10.
You do notice that she pauses for a second. Her lips move slightly, quite quietly, and her hand runs over this copper braiding that runs down her wrist in this ornate piece of wire working. And Zahl, I need
Oh my god, Zahl, you're about to die.
a wisdom saving
Fine.
throw, please.
Oh,
Hey
no,
Josh,
no,
can I
no.
ask a quick question? Is this a magical effect?
She's casting magic on you, yes.
Solid. I have advantage on this roll
Okay.
because I am a wardcaster.
That's
And
true.
a
Go
thing.
ahead.
Well, it's because you're a
Well, to
Yuan-Ti.
You're Yuan-Ti.
Also, it's because I'm Yuan-Ti, but I wanted to be because of the wardcaster because I felt cool. So thanks for taking that. You
Well,
said
Aw.
wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, the
Warcast doesn't give
truth.
you that.
Wisdom saving
Yeah,
throw,
the truth
please.
hurts.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a 18.
Okay. You feel, Zahl,
Mm-hmm.
a presence inside of your skull.
Oh,
Not
shit.
new.
And
Not
the
new.
way that the conversation was directed, thoughts regarding the throne and its location and what you saw begin to bubble towards the surface. Something grabs
Do I
that
feel her doing this?
and pulls against it. I believe you feel it. Let me double check here.
So these thoughts are being pulled to his.
Pull to the
Yeah,
forefront.
detect thoughts.
Yeah.
We just
Really?
kinda
Yeah.
detect thoughts on-
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if she had detect thoughts going this whole time, she heard me going, "Oh no, no."
Yes. She has been casting detect thoughts,
Okay.
and you can quite
Oh
see
my
it.
God.
As her
honest.
gaze falls on Zahl, you can see her eyes lock with his, and as she murmurs something and kind of runs her hand over the copper, Scody seems to be distracted as Whitby is kind of pointing out something to do with Bims. Zahl, you feel as visions of what you saw inside that buried Duragar vault pull to the surface. And there's a moment where they're kind of held there, inspected, and then it's all dropped again.
Oh shit.
And we all saw that?
also
heard
So
you the spell.
what were you would hear like the actual murmurings? What's the passive perceptions from folks? I apologize.
15.
10, 15,
9.
10.
Okay. So
But it
I will
has
say,
to be,
Demi,
so.
you're pretty sure she just cast a spell. Salvator,
Right.
just given your knowledge, you also know she cast a spell. Peach and Zahl, you were kind of on the receiving end of that, so there's like, Peach, it's a little bit more like, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah,
The
and
king's distracted, right? Sorry. My bad.
King's distracted.
Go for it.
so we've been talking to them for more than a minute, correct?
Probably, yes.
You've been able to observe. Scotus.
Yeah, I'd like to know my enemy for Ainsley.
Ainsley, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for her strength,
PC.
dex, con, armor class, current HP, and total class levels.
Is that
And
modifier or
level-
total?
Total.
Okay. First one again, strength is 10.
Strength. Dex,
Dex is 16.
16. Did I con?
Con is 13.
AC?
AC is 13.
HP?
I believe that's incorrect on this sheet right now. But for now, it's 87.
Okay. And total class levels?
14.
Yeah. I assume none of those are in fighter. I would know if how
None
many
of
there
them
were
are
in
in
fighter.
fighter.
There were. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Peach is just kind of taking in that last piece of info and going,
As you summarize, you're not sure what she's doing, but you are scrutinizing her physical stance, her prowess, and while she doesn't look like a combatant, she looks highly competent, and in that instance, you get a feeling of lethality from her.
yeah. Gonna look at the 6-year-old in her stead and just think, oh my god, that's a future king.
So,
And that's the only thought that she would hear if she looked. But she's busy.
She's busy sifting through Zahl's mind at this point.
so because the king is distracted and I am gonna do something stupid.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
God.
Oh
okay.
god, no,
Oh,
please.
God.
Oh god, no.
Please don't.
She's in my mind.
Please don't.
She's in my mind. I'm doing it. He's
So
going to
I will say one moment
up?
here with this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so either way, you know they are probing, and she chose to drop the spell, so you don't have to continue to make checks against it. Go ahead.
I am going to cast suggestion on her as she casts detect thoughts on me. So you guys watch as Zahl's eyes kind of twinkle for the second,
Why?
like he does.
Go ahead, and what level are you
Why not?
casting that at?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Second.
You're casting that at 2nd level?
That's all
Well,
I
you
can
have to cast it at your highest level.
It's a racial trait.
Oh, gotcha.
As you attempt to cast it,
The Jungle Book guys.
immediately fails on you.
Yeah. That's what it is. Huh? That's shit.
Immediately fails on him.
She is
The
way too high
spell
level.
fails.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
As you see her hand kind of flick like this.
She just counterspelled.
her reaction's down. Someone stab her.
And I see attack! I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a new mistake, my bad!
And with
Wait, you're
that, my
both strangling
friends,
me.
we will go to break. Don't
Oh man,
forget
we're about to fucking die in this throne room.
my friends, don't forget to go
Yeah.
ahead and enter !win to get yourself in for that raffle at the end of the month to win some dice. And we will be right back with this very intense scene going on. We love you all. Thanks for sticking with us. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
I got a burrito.
Hell
You've got a burrito
yeah.
and exciting news, Adam. Tell us that exciting news.
Why would you wait for me to take the bite?
Because that's what I do.
Because we said announce it when we get back.
And we're back.
Listen,
There's some exciting news.
None of us are gonna let you finish.
We are sass level to the maximum today, guys.
So I just checked on the charity stream while we were on break because I gotta keep on my duties, and we currently are sitting at $3,270. Our original goal was $1,000. That's $3,000. We
Thrice-
priced it. Priced it. God,
And-
thank you. And it's oh my god, thank you.
It hasn't even been 12 hours yet.
Yeah, it really hasn't. That's the thing that blows my mind. It hasn't been 12 hours. yet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My brain turned the word tripled into thrupled, and I was like, "That's not it. What does thrupled mean?"
That's-
I
Tripled
still
is a
don't
new
know.
word now. That exists here.
Couple is a thing.
Purple is the thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well,
It's
I
a
didn't know.
three-person couple.
Three-person couple.
Oh,
Oh, derp.
That's why I laughed because I was like, "Oh, that's really funny."
I did not know that. I'm not going to pretend I did. Cool.
Pauline, I didn't know that. Alrighty.
All right.
We're back, guys. Adam, that's amazing news. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. We're gonna raid at the end of this, by the way, folks. So
Yeah.
hold on to your pants so
Hell
that we
yeah.
get everybody over there and tell them
Specifically
we
your
sent
pants.
you. Yes. All right, but for now, we're going to play a little bit more Dungeons and Dragons. We return to the immaculate throne room of the Scody line.
The
Various
scene of our death.
Jesus. There is currently
Goodbye.
a very unique standoff in which Lady Ainsley is standing next to the king and prince of Kioland, a seeming friend and ally to them, as she directs the conversation towards information surrounding the throne. In that moment, Zahl feels someone press into his mind and pull up information surrounding the Duragar vault.
You're not my mom.
That
No, not that.
mother goes, hello, what? So the Duragar vault, where the throne was seemingly contained, clearly very interested in that. As she drops the spell, Zahl attempts to retaliate with a suggestion spell, which quickly gets counterspelled.
Besmirched.
And so
Rude
there
is
we
what
stand,
that was.
Peach having summarized that this individual is certainly a threat. How do you all proceed?
Ah!
I'm gonna pretend that I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
There is a pause, and now you see her glance at each and every one of you for a moment. And then she goes, King Scoti, I think I will retire for the evening, especially if there is a feast to be held this evening. I want to take a moment's rest. Whitby has returned to you, and I would hate to get in the way of this conversation with your wonderful and esteemed guests.
But you just got here, and I was wondering if I could pick your brain. I don't even know what you do here, but I see that you have a relation with the young prince, and I was hoping to get to know you better.
Please excuse me. It flew my mind. I am a tutor to the young Prince Whitby. I'm sent
Wow.
from Grand March to provide my services to the royal line of Scoti. And I'm sure there will be much more time for us to get to know each other in the future. But now I must
Alright.
take my leave. And she kind of curtsies a little deeper to the king, and then backs away from the group and begins to exit the room.
Whitby,
Demi's
what are you learning right now? What are you being taught?
Yeah, right.
Arcane, information about the arcane. Papa
Wow.
says, I've got my letters, and I've got my numbers, and arithmetic.
There you go.
And then Lady Ainsley knows all about magic.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Interesting.
So
Are you taking
Well-
you rather like your tutor, don't you, Whitby? Yes.
already are learning magic.
We're more priming him. You need to be aware of those. There are folks all around who can cast, yourselves included. And, well, my line has traditionally not been inclined to magical power. The lady seems to believe that there is great potential within my son, and I'm quite excited about it.
Is that so?
So if you already have all of your letters and numbers, you are well on your way, Whitby.
I'm smart.
You are.
Really?
You should get
Quick.
your.
What's this? Can I do a minor illusion of the transmutation symbol?
Transmute? Hold on. And I'm actually going to have him. Evocation.
Ooh, close. Any second guesses?
As that's
This is
happening,
cute.
Enchantment? He rolled a
No.
1 on the
I don't know
second.
either.
I don't even know what the transmutation symbol is. Sorry from this kid. Hang on. Ah, yes. So how it looks is like the symbol for pi.
Okay. Oh.
You see those two legs and the line going across?
Uh-huh.
Looks like two T's, doesn't it?
Transmutation.
There it is. Very good.
It's good. He kind of actually, you see the king kind of look with a smile to you, Salvator. Master Salvator, well, perhaps you can spend a little time with the young prince if you're so inclined.
Just see what happens. Like, well, I wouldn't want to intrude, but I am a practitioner of the arcane myself, and I have a fondness for learning and teaching.
Well, I'm sure Lady Ainsley would welcome your support. Anything to give my son the upper hand.
I'm gonna like lean down. You know how like in ball gowns it like just fluffs out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, so I'm gonna do that and have Bim sitting in my lap, just like up, and I'm just gonna be like, so you're very smart to learn magic like this, but sometimes you can learn it just from everywhere.
Man, you guys are racking up points with Scody. He puts Whitby down on the ground so that he can be a little bit closer, and Whitby kind of like just sits down in the middle of this great hall, like Scody does whatever he wants, and the prince kind of sits down across from you.
So, see him? Just a normal little pseudo dragon, right? Have you ever met one before?
Mm.
This is Bims.
Bim.
Say hi, Bims.
And there's like a lunge where he goes to lick.
Oh, no. Ask permission first. No. You have to ask permission first.
Permission to lick the chat. Oh, that sounds
Looks like we're in the early
Deny!
Looks like this
Deny.
campaign is actually.
Oh, I'll stop now. I just can't. I'm not a DM anymore.
That's not okay.
That's not
You're a tiny walnut brain, Bims. It's not okay.
fucking. I'm sorry. That was stupid.
It's okay. That was great.
Mistakes happen.
That's
I
fine.
can't DM because everything I say is wrong.
Oh my god.
That's what a lizard thinks. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's
So
really
anyway.
call a dragon a lizard, I
Bim's
just wanna
asked
be
permission, and it
The
gets
robot.
Bim's
denied.
asked permission and
Please, let's
she
move
says
on. Yes.
not. So this is Bims, and he was a regular pseudo dragon, and now he can do fun things, and somehow connected himself to my magic. So now he's a magic pseudo dragon.
What?
He can talk to me in my head. He can. Mhm. And I can make him do this. And she's gonna try and ask Bims to go back like to do the thing where he goes away and then come back.
There's kind of a
See if
pause,
she can do it.
and Mim's kind of like, and he vanishes in a sneeze.
So cute.
It's always incredibly
See?
loud.
It's gone. Yes, and then let's see if he'll do it for me. And she's gonna do it just like she did before, just the here, Bims, and she's gonna ask the prince to try and do it with her to make it seem like he's involved.
Here, Bims!
And then I'm going to ask Bims to come back.
Okay. Kind of flumps. Like a little bit of belly on your shoulder, like...
Yeah. See? So maybe, if you really study all your magic, you could have a little friend too.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You guys are so cool.
Yes.
You're pretty cool too.
Okay. Scody kind
As
of...
the
Oh, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna say, as that's happening, Zahl is gonna slightly lean over to Peach and just whisper, "There's a problem with Kiara," and just lean back. He's speaking.
They
in
don't
code.
say okay. They just, yeah.
He's speaking in code because he doesn't want to be like, "Yo, she fucking knows." Like,
You get a nod back. A very nervous nod.
Well, if you are so open to it, I think it'd be excellent to have your feast tonight. I know the court has been excited all this time. I'd be happy to organize it. We've got many hours in the day yet, and staff, I'm sure, of the castle would be able to do so. Would you be willing to join us this evening?
Of course.
Excellent. And let Archibald know if you so see fit to stay here, you are welcome to do so. Archibald! He kind of begins to slowly approach, just standing about 10 feet away from you all, now waiting for the conversation to end.
Poor guy.
I'm going to take Whitby here, and we'll see you all later this evening.
Night.
He kind of turns and he does give Archibald like acknowledgement, and then passes across the room. And actually out, you see now, like in the wall with the huge lion's head on the throne end of the Great Hall, there are some doors, wooden doors with like ornate brasswork set in the lower portions just underneath the tapestries, and he passes through one of those with his son and disappears into the castle. Archibald kind of steps forward. Hello, once again. It seems... What do you require?
Rooms? Room? Singular room?
You'll be staying with us then, a suite?
Yes. Is there a way to be near our friend?
And there's
That's me.
Yes.
Just making sure he knows.
Master Salvator, Lord Salvator. Yes.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
You as well.
He kind of contemplates for a moment. Says, yes, I believe one of the suites next door to Salvator is, Lord Charlemagne. He's not that formal. He's been using Lord Charlemagne this whole time.
It's fine.
Lord Charlemagne is open. You just want the one or three?
We prefer to stay together. It's a thruple thing, I guess. I don't know.
There are some central suites with off rooms, and I believe there's one just down the way from Lord Charlemagne that we can certainly outfit you with you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And it is my understanding, if I was overhearing correctly, that we will be preparing a feast for you all this evening.
Yes.
So I will make ready the arrangements for that. Please
Thank you.
make yourself at home. Enjoy the grounds. And please, if you see anybody in the livery of the Scotty line and have questions, feel free to do so. Yes.
Archibald, is there an observatory or an astronomy tower? Something of that sort?
There is. The North Tower does have some equipment of this sort. It hasn't been used in several generations, but...
Would I be intruding to go there at some point?
We would need to send somebody with you to unlock that portion of the castle. But we can certainly plan accordingly.
Thank you.
The king has seen so fit.
Did he say their rooms would be ready shortly, or they would be shown their rooms?
So he said that they can essentially, whenever they're ready to go, be shown their rooms. Most of these suites are like dressed down and ready to go every day. The way they seem to handle things. You recall being led, as soon as you were like, okay, I'm done here, to a room that was ready to go.
Gotcha.
You also arrived with luggage, which disappeared when you arrived and was in your room by the time you got there.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh wait, no, you didn't, because you're you. I take all of that back.
Brought it
I
all with me.
apologize. Yes.
Yeah.
I retcon all of that because you're magic.
There wouldn't happen to be any training grounds here, would there?
Behind the barracks, there certainly are. If you wish to keep your sword skills sharp.
Ha!
I feel as though.
That's quite good. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sharp
Thank you.
swords.
Hello. I feel as though we're asking quite a bit of you, but is there a library that I can have access to?
There is a small one. Lady Ainsley tends to teach the young master there. Is everything okay? I apologize if I've misspoken.
Oh, no.
I was doing that on the side of him if possible.
Oh, okay. We'll let it.
As soon as he said Einstein, he walked up behind him
I believe Master Salvator has been there before as well. Nothing
Yes.
quite prodigious, but
It's a nice library.
Well, I think we should go on a little walk and talk about things. I did get a message from our friend Kiara, and I needed to tell you about it.
Gardens, are those open? We can just walk in them?
please, yes. You're
We could
welcome to.
also
Go.
use your rooms. See those before you leave so you can put your things down. You wouldn't have to carry them around.
Yes.
That's a good
Perfect.
point.
He just gives the like a not subtle at all, just like
So
Yes.
again, you will have access to the Great Hall, the gardens, the front area, and the guest wing.
Perfect.
Indefinitely. Other portions, for instance, the observatory, the tower, we'd need to coordinate, and then the other wing is for royal family and other such. But
Understandable.
please,
Thank you, Archibald.
help yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, it has been a delight. My pleasure to meet the heroes of the Black Isle.
Mhm.
He kind of bows
Okay.
and makes his way out. And
Oh.
you see him appear by the door, and a serving person, again in the livery, appears, begins a conversation with them, and then they disappear behind the corner.
and just say, so to the rooms.
To the rooms. Yes.
Zahl
as-
has dropped all subtlety and is like, yes.
Okay.
As you make your way out of the Great Hall, Archibald again does stop you, and an individual livery does return with 3 keys for you all. And he says, would you like us to guide you down there? It is just one room past Master Salvator's, Lord Charlemagne's.
I could show them. It's no problem, really.
Thank you.
I think you're best served here in the courts,
I appreciate it, my lord.
of course. And I will. Once they have the keys, I'll just begin leading them towards the quarters.
Okay. You're led out to the garden space, and then off, coming from this direction, so back towards the exit, you go left into the guest wing, which is really this large building with all of these offshoots and these big angular slate roofs that kind of runs back to another long wing that runs along this kind of southern side of the cliff on the crest here. So again, where Salvator's rooms look out over that cliff, that's where you're being led. And Salvatore, your room, as you hit this kind of T-junction, you go left down this hall a little bit, and yours is just on the right and then deeper in. Theirs is just 2 rooms down. And your keys work and open into this open, large suite, well furnished, well kept. On the left wall, as you come through the door, there is a large fireplace currently unlit. The castle has been warm. As you've walked through in the summer months, it's not been too much in regards to temperature. So the fireplace currently unlit. There is a very beautiful glass coffee table sort of thing with wood trim and then wood legs with a glass inlay as the actual center of the table. And then these pretty ornate sofas running along either side, and then just a desk in one corner. On just past the fireplace, if you go left, there is one room And then on the right wall, there are 2 rooms leading into these rooms. All of them have these large 4-poster beds, a dresser, and like a long kind of like it's just like a tall standing dresser that you can open up and hang things in. Off the main room, on the far wall across from the door, there are these large glass patio doors that are these huge arcing windows, floor to ceiling, that kind of the tip of which, as they kind of arc up, hits the ceiling. And the first kind of like 5 feet at the top is just solid glass, but then the doors open outwards, and you can step out onto a stone balcony that overlooks the River Dra and the southern Kyoshi heartland regions around the River Dra. It also kind of looks slightly out to the east, across the river.
Okay.
Right.
For today, the nicest place I ever saw was the Prime Water Estate, and Peach's jaw is just like on the floor.
They are quite nice rooms, and I begin looking around. How big is this room? Is it large?
The sitting room is the same size as your room, so it's about 25 feet. Well, no, it's more than that. It's probably about 30 feet along one wall, and then 30, so like 30 by 30. So
30 for square feet?
Yeah, whatever that is. 30
Okay.
times 30 for square feet.
I will just begin making idle conversation as I like measure along the walls and pull out my cane. And I will begin along the, like, where the floor meets the walls. I will begin tracing along that crease, and just blue energy will begin to leak up along the walls and across the floor. As I'm just like, the grand molding is quite nice. And I just
It is.
tracing around the edges of the room until about 10 minutes later, the full thing is sealed off with Morningkind's private sanctum.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
So we cannot be scried on in here, and sound will not pass beyond the barrier. It's like, I just
She
kinda
is
go,
very
what
formidable.
The fuck?
Uh,
What the fuck?
Okay.
We're
we
gonna
can
die,
quantify
right? We're
a-
gonna die.
no.
We're gonna
Hi.
die.
Listen. She was in my mind.
That's what
Yeah,
she's
but I'm not-
doing?
Yep. Went right in, found the thoughts of the
Her little weird copper bracelet is her focus.
Yes, it is. Wait, what?
No, she like did a thing with the bracelet and then phew, you.
Yeah. Okay. So I tried to do my suggestion thing. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for that.
Mhm.
But
I could
it
say
didn't
so.
work at all.
It's good to go into that knowing.
Well, it's kind of what I expected.
But it
It's really-
didn't work.
It didn't work at all. And usually at least I get a little bit of something, even if it doesn't stick. This one just immediately fizzled. And I saw a flicker hand, but I'm assuming she probably cast something to deflect it. But anyway, here's the thing. I saw lots of thoughts really quickly in my head, all of them pertaining to the throne. But the interesting thing was she was more worried about where it came from, not where it is. She was looking back at the Duragar, so I'm thinking that that arch thing was something worse than that throne.
Worse than the throne.
There was more to this room.
Yes.
I love you guys so much.
The room at the
Oh yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, that's bad because now she left before we could, so she's probably headed back there or sending somebody back there. So we need to get a message back there
Monostruck.
to protect that mine like there is no tomorrow.
They were already doing that.
Well, they can probably do more. Somehow.
I had one person appear behind me and cut my throat. So I'm just
Still-
saying.
It's still yeah, I don't know how much that we
One
have to
person.
do.
If abilities were quantifiable on a scale of 1 to 20, and we were an 8, she'd be something like a 14. Just one of
Yes. Remgar's famous power scaling. I've read that myself.
Remgar.
Oh my god.
It's quite high.
Did you say Remgar?
Remgar's, he's got a table of it.
I'm dying.
Sorry.
You guys are fucking killing me.
I gotta write down the name Remgar.
Yeah, that's canonically real now.
Canon.
Did we ever tell Salvator what the arch said?
No.
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 We just talked
You told me
about
what You told me something about one taken, one lost, one gained.
Yeah,
Tell me
the
that
god
part.
was lost, he who sought to replace him was found, or blah blah blah. That was the Durgar translation. Hold on.
Yes, Undercommon. Language I know well.
Um,
You bastard.
I don't know where my like full translation of it is. But anyway,
Oh, I got it. A god
Thank
was
you.
lost. He who sought to replace him was found. Our craft keeps relics of this time sealed away, and then away was radiant.
that was the Durgar translation. Wasn't there like a full translation that somebody did after that?
I did the full.
You did the
translation.
full one, right?
Don't know what it was off the top, but
You know who would know? It would be Demi.
It was very much the same thing, essentially. Just because I don't have it off the top of my head either. I'd have to go all the way
I think
back.
it was like a. It might have been closed at the end,
Yeah,
not
closed.
sealed away.
Closed was
Sealed, closed.
Yeah.
Something about that radiant word was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was closed.
Anyway, I'll tell them about that. I'll tell him about that, I guess.
And there were two constructs that came to life and started killing people when the wizard sat on the throne.
Does an archway match any of those other 5 keys?
We don't know what Death's End is.
Scepter,
so-
crown, could be the map, the guide. It doesn't sound like a weapon or some sort of tool, so I don't believe Death's End. But the map could be quite literally anything.
Oh, God. Okay.
How big was this arch?
about as the same size as
When-
the
Also, a
door.
curious word,
It's
arch.
bigger than the throne.
Archway?
You called it an archway, correct?
It went like this
But it
around.
was filled in with stone.
Yeah.
There was stone. Usually archways are hinted at some sort of doorway or gate, some sort of passage. You called it an archway without...
I mean, we've seen people walk through stone.
That's true.
We had.
Did any of you touch this thing?
No.
No.
We were worried that it would make the
Turn us to
constructs
obsidian.
come along.
It's
right?
a good precaution. I'm not going to fault you for that, but... Is it possible that you were standing before a door?
That led to a plane with a god in it.
Possible. Completely possible. Probable even.
Do you know what I find interesting?
This entire thing.
Well, other
The
than
last 3 months of our life.
I mean, honestly, yeah, but like specifically, the fact that the throne turned a man into obsidian,
hmm
but we found no trace of obsidian, and then
They cleaned him up. They said
Yeah, they swept them up.
did they sweep him up?
that. And they swept him up.
Roomba. There's actually dwarven Roombas down there.
Those you mean a Droomba?
A Drumba.
Droomba, yeah.
Durava.
A Droomba?
It's pronounced
Wow.
Drauvagar.
But you know, I find it interesting that the throne worked once when it was down there, and then you couldn't have pulled that up without touching the throne, correct? So people had to be able to touch the throne afterwards.
They had to fit on it.
It was sitting on it, yeah.
Yes, but if we've been so afraid to even touch it, that
We are scaredy cats.
I mean, don't.
I prefer.
You would have had to touch it to put the crate back around, I
Caution.
assume.
Yeah.
You guys have like when you put the crate around it, you have to move the throne physically.
We just haven't sat on it.
and I can touch it.
That's
Yeah, it wasn't-
smart. That's wise
Not
of
me.
you, Adam.
I mean,
Zahl is
I
wise, but
Zahl's
guess
not.
Demi
No,
was.
he's not. No, he's not. No, he's don't say Zahl's wise. It's a lie.
okay, sorry. I take it all back.
He licked the wall once. Josh, did you forget that?
I
Ah,
try
we
not
brought
to
it up
bring it
again.
up because I feel guilty.
It's brought up every episode.
Okay.
I have to bring it up. It's legally, it's in my
There's a counter.
contract.
That's
that
true.
I have to
We wrote it in there.
I made him sign it now.
This is what Parker did. She's like, "Here's your pen."
sign it, and I was like, okay, why? Anyway,
I love that Demi moved it with shape water, says Athena.
There you go.
That's some real intense shape water.
Yeah, I don't know how it would work. That's a very heavy throw.
It was just water under it and ice, and then. Phew.
That makes me think of Breath of the Wild.
It would take like 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is definitely a group effort to move this thing.
But
Yeah.
what if that? Oh God! The glowing word was close.
Mhm.
What do you do with the door that you don't want to open? You close it.
Yeah.
And remember, Travosi said it was glowing radiant. As in
Yeah.
Said it was
maybe like.
glowing radiant.
It was Peach.
Wait, was it
That was
peach?
me.
Okay, my bad. I
Peach the
forgot
Paladin.
because I remember Travosi saw it as a different color, but
That was
then
yeah.
that was it. Okay.
Yeah.
Peach, you said that it was glowing radiant, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if that was a divine seal on a door?
Right, and
And-
then so somebody's going to break the seal, and the door's no longer going to be stone.
And it's going to open, and whatever's behind that door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! What if we looked at this situation the wrong way?
How so?
What's a way to keep a door closed? Put a chair behind it.
I don't. That seems very simple for a magic door.
I love Zahl.
I'm just saying.
A door with no knob. He's like, well, there's a chair against it. It's obviously locked.
Well,
I love Zahl.
No, it's
so
fantastic. I love it so much.
This is amazing. That was a masterpiece.
That logic is flawless.
Oh God.
They just leave the
Zal's
chair
dumb.
against the door.
Zal's dumb, everyone. Do you guys not realize
You
Zal's
are
dumb?
You are beautiful. I love it.
I get it, but Zal's dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Well-
it does seem like there could be something very dangerous behind it, and they could be on their way to open it. I see what you're saying.
that's what I'm trying to say. That was the point that I tried to make, but I didn't.
So possible, but what do we do about that now? Unfortunately, we don't have a way to summon owls at the moment.
It's. I don't get that. It's strange though.
There's so many things
Stop
that
throwing
he said.
salt into the wound.
I didn't ask. Hey, who's the big furball? Anyways,
You barely.
it's strange that this throne was uncovered and this individual requested it at the capital, but didn't know how or where it was recovered from. Is that what I'm to understand here?
Yeah.
Is it possible that there's more than one group? Because why would Scarron tell us to avoid her, and why would he attack us on the river if he knew that we were coming to the capital? Are we even sure that this is him and his thing?
All we know is that they have the same symbol. We don't know
The throne
To
itself.
be fair, you
the,
don't
the
know,
triangle.
you don't know who this school teacher. You don't 100% know they have a symbol,
Yes,
correct?
we do not know.
This Lady Ainsley, no idea.
We do not know.
So they could technically be working for different people.
Side of good.
However, I find it.
Josh is doing his "we're figuring something out" dance.
No,
and
I'm doing my. I love watching you guys do this stuff.
I don't
It's
know
the
what this
best.
is.
There is some confusion I'm finding with the fact that this artifact was recovered in that mine, requested specifically by that member of the court, we're assuming,
Mhm.
and she still had to find out information about that place from your mind, Zahl.
Did,
That is
did she?
confusing.
Did she also get the memory of where it is now?
She already knew that.
Did she already know that?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
said
Yeah, she
you
said-
got it to Mabanon.
Oh, right. I thought he said that. I didn't know if
No, that was
when she-
her. I apologize. if
That was
not
her.
clear.
Okay, cool.
I remember that
What?
specifically because I was like, I see you.
Okay.
She's like, "Where's my artifact?" And we were like, "Fuck."
I'm sorry.
So, Zahl, as you think
My
back on
hands.
that memory, really quick,
Mm-hmm.
she was investigating. She was very focused on how that room was left.
So she was investigating how that room was left.
Cool. Awesome.
Should contact Monastrad.
I'm definitely thinking what she's trying to do is get to that archway, which is scarier now that we know that that could be a door. Because why were one of the biggest things that we kept talking about was why were there 2 more of those guardian things in the room? They grabbed the throne, and 2 of them woke up and attacked, but the other 2.
Nobody touched. Yeah.
There were 2 other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
2 more like golem looking.
golem.
They were there to
automaton,
protect something else.
which would have been the archway. Which means the archway is important, which could be the guide, or, unfortunately, Death's End, which we really need to figure out what that is, because if it's as bad as it sounds, it's bad.
There's certainly no reason why a tutor to the 6-year-old incumbent king should want this fucking throne in the first place.
We could ask if she means to destroy it. Maybe luck is on our side.
I appreciate your faith.
I have no faith.
Never mind.
I appreciate
Optimism,
Hope.
sarcasm.
Okay.
Sheer blissful ignorance.
Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
the state I live in most of my days. But what we could do, just hear me out.
Hmm.
Since we don't really know where her alliance lies, we could play this like we're on her side.
We don't know what side that is.
We also
Distracted.
know that now that she can see directly into your head.
I'm sorry to intrude, and I don't have the full context for this relationship.
Hmm.
But didn't you say there was someone else here?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've thought about it. Yes.
I wonder what they would do with the information that this person now knows. This. Is that important for them to know? Would they be willing to?
I don't know if
Help?
I'm willing to tell him.
Help would be
A strong word. A misleading
very
word.
very strong.
Oh no. I've
Use
struck a nerve.
would be. I'm surprised he hasn't actually messaged me or shown up yet.
If you'd like to step outside and check, he actually can't message you in here.
That's nice. Wait, Josh, do I feel alone right now again?
No.
It's just
Damn
divination
it.
spells. Sorry.
Do I feel alone though without Mother? Damn it.
No. Sorry, bud.
She's a bit more powerful than divination magic, I think.
The catacombs is very, very special in Warlock.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So
Um,
here's the thing with him. He said, Demi, he said to avoid him, correct?
He said to
No,
avoid the
avoid-
tutor. Mm-hmm. The school teacher.
School teacher, which would have been
person
the
who just drew information from your mind.
What else
Yeah.
did he say to you?
Parker doesn't remember,
He
but Demi would.
he indicated to you with your very keen mind, you remember it like yesterday,
Great,
that
because I don't.
it was essentially, he said, he sounded surprised. He thanked you for the information you had given him
Mm-hmm.
once you shared that the chair was on the move towards Neildra. And then he told you to be weary of the school teacher.
He did warn us in a way, but it probably for his own selfish reasons. But he did warn us
But he was surprised.
that it was moving. Yes.
What if it wasn't he was surprised it was moving? He was surprised more or less that it was found. Because
Possible.
if we are correct in this idea that there might be multiple groups after this at once,
Mhm.
maybe, and hear me out here, we're reading him wrong. Just hear me out. what do you do with the threat? You figure out its weakness, and ours is let me care. If you don't care about anything, you can use that against people. And that's what it appears he did. And let's just say he thinks we're outside influenced by another group that is trying to raise said evil being and cause a second calamity of the world.
He's been watching us since we went to the ghost ship. He knows that we don't know fuck all.
Not necessarily knowing everything. You can't scry on somebody all day, every day. And if you can, that's not okay.
Toilets are a no scry zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a no scry toilet.
They're
Disgusting.
built with runes.
That's true. Canonically.
They're built with runes that you just can't. Yeah.
That's Cannon's real private sanctum.
He's not one of the good guys.
No, he's not. It's probably more likely it's two rival bad people.
Shitheads.
That. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna argue for this stranger's character. I'm merely exhausting all possible options.
Same.
Because it sounds like we are stuck here, and they could possibly travel much faster than we could. So unless there's someone there you know who can outright protect this mine that you found this chair in, I think we need to start looking at unfavorable options.
Should message Monastrad. She can get Aleander maybe too.
Can't do it in here.
It's not in here.
I will warn you, I used a bit of my magic earlier today to message someone, so I don't have that many. So I have some. I just will be pretty tapped by tonight if we warn everyone. Is there any way that you could use your sending stone to let your mother tell Monastrad? I mean, they're in the same town.
Yeah,
Right? Like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really hate the idea of getting my mother involved.
I would say this is very dangerous to involve family in.
Well, he already threatened to kill her, so.
Oh my.
But I don't,
You don't have to. I have enough to message Monastrad and possibly Scarron. I just will be a little less help if she decides to do anything today.
make sure you don't go anywhere alone today. And
There is an interesting possibility. Having a feast declared in your honor is quite public knowledge. It spreads fast in these larger cities, if you can believe it. There is a chance that your friend Scarron may have heard that a feast is to be held in your honor tonight.
Possible. He might just show up.
he can change his face, so.
That is true.
Horrifying.
Yes.
That's nice to hear. I used to be able to do that, so that's nice to hear. It's horrifying.
I mean,
It's horrifying that he can, I think.
Well, anyone
it's a
really
little
would.
strange, yeah, for anyone, but
See, there's one thing in this situation that just doesn't completely add together right. The amount of information each person that we've encountered, if we are to assume this is the same guild, doesn't make sense. Every single time they haven't known specific things, like when you message Scarron says, "Thank you for the information you gave me."
he didn't know about Morton.
She didn't know where the throne came from.
He was he knew that the throne was going to Neildra. He did
Yes.
not know that Morton had been taken.
But-
I believe.
No, he did not
No.
know about the throne.
Oh, I thought he said that he knew we were going
He
to
knew
Neil
about
Roth.
He knew you were going to Neil Draw. He did not know about the throne.
Oh, interesting.
When does he look in on us? What?
The throne was in a box, guys.
Okay, that's right.
Like,
I see you shipping some China.
he doesn't know why you're going. He had no context there. Just to
Demi,
clarify.
good to hear from you again. How's the box?
Yeah, like
How's the part-time FedEx job?
He had no context as to what you were doing. You just had a
I-
big wooden box.
will stab him.
Raise you. All right.
I don't even use swords anymore, and I'll do it.
The thing is that each step of the way, they don't know important key information, because if I was running an organization, I would make sure everyone in that organization is informed of what the plans are.
That's dangerous.
Well,
if
and it's
everyone has
so
that
similar.
information,
There's
it's dangerous.
I mean, but what I'm trying to say is you're correct, but I mean, key elements of the throne is moving to here. That's a key element.
Well, I
That's
think
something
Salvator has said that they might be different groups, correct?
And if they are different groups, why would they have the same goal?
And why would he know about the school teacher?
Exactly.
lot of
Unless they
people
were
are-
competing?
Unless the way this works is it's a competition between people. Who can do this, who can do that, and they work in factions of some sort.
I will say that this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this throne was found in a mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That, to me, sounds like an accident.
Yes.
The initial action of this whole situation was founded on an accidental discovery. The crown caught word of the throne, and she acted off that information, being incredibly close to the crown. It could be that this information caught her off guard as well.
Hmm.
My only problem with that is that we didn't move it right away. It had been found a few days before we even saw it, and then we took a day to move it. If you're
Well,
moving
Monastrad
it,
had already been contacted by someone who wanted it. That's why we got the job in the first place.
Yes.
and it was already how many days at that point when we got attacked?
It had
Like,
been 2 on the
4?
river, 3 coming from Saltmarsh,
So 5
plus
days.
whatever. Yeah, whatever time
So
they
it
had
had been
unearthed it
almost 2 weeks since that throne was found. At that point, that information should have been known to the
Think about this.
rest of the group.
How much of the information that was just stolen from you did you find out from the workers of that mine or anyone in charge there? How much of it did you discover yourself when you went down and looked with your own eyes?
Quite a bit.
Exactly.
Well, not with my eyes. It was with
We
Peter's.
didn't have contact.
It's a group, the collective eyes,
Okay. Decent
the
amount.
royal we.
Yes,
It's the royal we.
when you refer to
Like
we
that.
as the collective
It's a
group.
philosophy. Anyways, this spell only lasts 24 hours. We don't have the time.
Okay.
You give Zahl a whole crash course in court politics. It's perfect.
Saul's an idiot, so it's fine.
No,
I
he's
didn't
not.
say you're an idiot.
No, I'm saying it like Saul's an
Gotcha.
idiot, so he doesn't know that.
So what are we
Um,
going to do?
That is the correct
A
question.
wonderful question. Are we even
Message
willing to work
Monastrad.
with someone like Scarin?
Big decision.
I will
No,
leave that decision up to the three of you.
I mean,
we're not. What work with is not something we can do in the long term. This is a murderer who is very
We're also-
curious.
We've also murdered people. I mean, I'm not just.
I don't want us to have it either,
Term.
Demi. I don't want anyone to
fair.
have it. We shouldn't have it. They shouldn't have it. No one should have this thing.
who have we murdered?
Okay.
Quite a few people.
Potato, tomato.
No.
There is an
In
argument
unison again.
There is an argument to be made
Genasi
that
stereo.
with the machine of death currently out of function, you should do as little as you can to fill
And
the waiting room.
mhm.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
I'm not saying
Also-
go kill people.
It's just now dawning on me that there is a war happening.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Old souls.
2 wars
That's harsh.
going on 3.
2 wars?
Multiple wars. The one at the
Yeah.
northern border, the seal.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking
And
about the
then this
seals
one.
when we just heard about it. I was like, oh, fuck.
And you
Going
would
on
know
3.
historically that, barring the conflict with the Sea Elves, it has been a very, very peaceful period for the last 1,000 years, with the establishment of the Circle in the last 500 years.
Oh, they do God's work.
But now things are beginning to escalate.
Ah, I see.
So, I think. Do you want to put your cards on the table?
Cards.
We tell her that we know who she is.
We don't know who she is.
Exactly. You play the game.
Hey, we don't know who you are.
No, you say.
Sorry, I'm teasing.
She literally ripped the truth from your mind.
Sorry.
I don't know how you're going to play a game with a person like that.
I play a game with a person like that all the time.
Your mother does not count.
You're
She kind of counts. Let's be real.
Zahl. Don't you're
You're-
everything you're doing is to free her. Are you why I didn't think that she was your enemy.
Everything I'm doing
Mother is
is
a
to
god.
help my friends. She is on the list. She's not my priority. I want to make sure that you all are okay. And if this machine of death is the next step in making sure you all are okay, then that is where I want to go.
I think this is much bigger than any of ours.
Yes, but it involves us now and it's complicated. But
Maybe
here's
we need to ask her why she wants the throne, what she knows about it, why she's interested in it.
that's
Are
kind
we
of what
more
I
interested in talking to her?
I don't know.
Or are we
don't
more
like-
interested in talking to Scarin?
The thing is, we know Scarin has a direct link to that throne. We've
Yes.
seen his notes. We've
Mhm.
seen that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have an idea that she is on the same level. What I mean is, we put our cards on the table, and if she doesn't believe us or wants to go into this whole thing of and tries to do anything, we just say, "Hey, we have stuff. We know about your organization. We're simply
We
just
don't
trying to."
know if she's a part of the organization. We don't know if she's a part of Scarin's Brotherhood or not.
We ask. Do you know Scarin Wayne Tracer? No. Okay.
We're implying that he's more important than he might be, but also we could just say the credo at her and see what
That's-
happens.
Very true. Cards on the table. She doesn't know if we're part of the group or not.
I mean, she probably knows we're not, but we could put the cards on the table, yes.
See? Cards on the table.
If you put all your cards on the table, she is still holding all of hers.
Yep.
And at this moment, it seems like she has more cards. You are
What do we
trying
do?
to win from behind currently. It's not easy to do.
I'd be happy just surviving the night at this dinner where we have to act like everything is fine.
I
Oh,
would
well-
give my life to destroy one of these things to keep something evil from coming back.
Well,
That's honorable, but it might not take that.
and also not an option. So continuing on to different ones. Where we just have to get through this tonight, and maybe it will be enlightening. Maybe.
Let's hope. But so what's the plan? What are we going to do? Because she knows too much. She's obviously going to be there.
Well, first and foremost, we should discuss none of this outside of this room.
Absolutely.
No.
I don't know what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve to be able to peer in on you or me.
Sorry for bringing you into this.
I was headed that direction anyways. I just got there much quicker than I expected. So, good and bad.
What? We need to. Can you message Monastrad at the very least, Demi?
As long as you stand in front of me if something comes to hit me, yes. It was a joke. Please don't do that. I'll be right outside. And she'll step out of
Pete goes out with her.
There is
I'm not going out of the door. I'm just going out of
the balcony. You could also stand on the balcony. Also.
I would say I only did the sitting room, so bedrooms and stuff.
Oh, bedrooms would work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Probably
just
not the best idea, but I only had this room.
I'll just have her step out.
Wherever you want.
If Peach is going, she'll go on the balcony. 5 words. Why? She's used 2 of them, so. Goodbye, 3rd level spells. So. Possible problem in the capital. Someone might be coming for that arch. Try to protect it as best you can. I think that's 20, right?
Yeah.
Stay safe. That's it. That's all she's got.
In response, Manistrad. Demi, good to hear from you. Hadn't had guards. Thought the place was clear. Will talk to Eleander. One word. ASAP. ASAP. Just spelling out things. Stay safe.
She said that there weren't guards there, but that they'll put them on it now, after she talks to Aleander. However, you do remember what the guards at Saltmarsh are like, correct?
Yep. Yes, I do. We have a
Carl.
couple on our ship. Yep.
Hey, Carl's on my ship.
Carl is
That
a pro.
boy is
Kent and
safe.
Davith are ours.
That boy is safe.
But born and bred in Saltmarsh.
Born and bred in Saltmarsh.
He's a better sailor, though.
He is
than
now.
He was a guard.
Yeah, he's grown a lot
Saltmarsh
over the last
veteran.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 months.
But you remember what
It's
he was
fine.
like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He's doing better now.
Yeah,
I'll
he's doing great.
protect
He's
the
fantastic. He's a legend.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine.
He is. He's very good.
There's also something to be said for other governance to know if something's afoot. To know if something happens.
What?
If someone shows up there, it's better to have witnesses.
Oh,
Someone to bear witness.
true.
Nothing is ideal. I hate all of this.
Yes, I have a horrible feeling about all of this. Just absolutely awful. Well, we get to play hero in front of people for the next couple hours tonight. So, we'll do our best.
You have
What we can do.
You have a few hours now to rest, relax, get the bearings around your room. If you want to take a look around the palace, you're welcome to do so. But if not, the evening's festivities come soon enough. Is there anything you'd like to do before then?
You know what?
I'll take a short rest.
Short rest for Sean.
5th level spell slot back.
Good. Adam?
Zahl is going to change Ashi again.
Okay. So
I'm going to change Ashi mood.
that's incense block number 2. So you got one more left. Cool. Beautiful.
No, Demi has the last incense.
Oh, Demi. Between the party, you've got one.
Okay. Cool. And I'm going to change him. What are you guys feeling? A pseudo dragon or a sprite?
That's up to you. Oh my god, just show up with a demon.
Imp Ashi?
I'm not.
I hate it.
There's a word for it. I could turn him into a quasit.
It could be quasit.
Here's the thing. Imps go invisible.
So do quasits. Quasits are shape changers. They're dope. But they're terrifying looking.
She just looks in the mirror. I'm ugly.
I'm gonna go with a sprite, and I'm going to change what his leather armor looks like because it says he has leather armor when he's
Sprite.
sprite.
Ashi's back. Hello, everybody.
So
Hello, welcome back.
when he spawns this time, he's wearing very similar to Zahl. It looks like a mirrored version of what Zahl is wearing.
Wow.
In a sense.
Ooh, fancy.
He like does a twirl in the air.
Oh,
Very anime.
You're adorable.
Very anime. That's in character. Very anime. Never heard of it.
What is this anime?
Only the highest culture and literature.
It is the sacred text of my homeland.
It's the sacred text of the.
Okay, Pinky Promise is an anime. Great.
The scroll of
Great.
manga.
Let's focus back. Okay, yes. Ashi's wearing this mini variant of Zahl attire. Zahl regal attire. Lits down and lands on your shoulder.
Well, then I'm just gonna rest.
Okay. The sun is setting when the feast festivities begin. As you kind of make your way down the hallways, you see a number of guests leaving the guest rooms in regal attire. You all get short rests if you so see fit. Even Adam, there's enough time for that with the casting as well.
Doesn't do a damn thing.
Sorry, Parker. As you make your way down, you see other individuals again, and very some of them have upped the ante a little bit. You get the feeling like the day court, it was still very, very regal, but some of them are wearing symbols of royalty, things like that as well. As you make your way out into the gardens, the trees and shrubberies around the area have had these lights strung out across them. These little hanging glass baubles that have some sort of magic in them to cause them to glow without the light of a fire. Strung out across between in this kind of very pretty glowing golden web of lights. The wooden doors to the Great Hall are currently closed, and people are congregating here, and you hear chatting. There is a small string quartet over in one corner that is gently playing a sort of soft background music, very gentle, nothing too imposing. You see some.
What do we do now?
What?
What do we do now? Do we just
Feast.
Salvator?
There's no food.
That's inside.
Socialize. You are the guests of honor.
That's all.
oh yeah.
You're going to
Zahl.
be talking to a lot of people tonight.
You hear behind you. Excuse me. You just jumped to my head. And as you turn around, it's Gaxibold Gearhammer from the docks.
Yeah, you did suggestion on him.
Huh? Did I?
Roll deception. I love that form of lying. Huh? What? You're crazy.
Did I?
Me?
Does it again.
14 for deception.
Okay, he says, "Yeah, you bloody did. I know, I felt it in there. I would never have done that."
Never done what?
He kind of like goes, and then walks off.
Bye.
Zahl's just kind of. Zahl's just kind of. Okay.
Love it. All right.
It's just the scene of Korra from Legend of Korra, where it's just like I'm watching you and it's just like, what the fuck?
What did I do?
What the fuck?
As you look around this kind of, you do see some familiar faces. You see Bertram, without the helm,
Wait.
however, still Bertram this time. I got it right. But in the black and white tabard, you see Gaston. The two seem to be talking with each other, both the captains.
Oh, they're dating.
I ship it.
I would ship the hell out of that.
I ship it.
You
Yeah.
see Rogvir in the exact same attire as last time. He sticks out a little bit.
Carbine.
You do see. I apologize. Where's his name gone? You do see the representative from the Great Kingdoms, and then a number of other faces. Some of them you are familiar with, Sean. Just various people from about the realm and from court.
Cool.
I would like to canonically have changed the color of Demi's dress.
What
Not really
color?
anything else about it. Now it's inverted, so the corset's blue, and the rest of the dress is purple.
This is a
Okay.
different one. I
This
have
is
one.
different.
Okay, beautiful.
She also did her hair. That's what she did
Yes.
during her short rest.
Okay, I love it. As you guys are kind of just mulling about, feeling awkward, you do see Bertram kind of see you all. Give a wave.
We supposed to go over there because that's what
Was
happened
that
last
Okay.
time.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Should we go over there?
Sure.
That means.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
She's gonna walk over.
Yeah.
I don't even know who
Yep.
this guy
All
is.
right.
It's good to see you all. Hello.
Good
Hello.
to see you.
Hello.
So, you made it to court. How's it been? Your heroes celebrated? All is well?
All right.
They
Mhm,
can't stand
it's-
it.
Yeah, no.
You don't like it here?
It's a little weird. No,
It's a bit much, isn't it?
it is a lot. I look like a cupcake, for one.
A very good
You
looking.
chose to look like that.
I know, but that was what was like every. Look at the size of the dresses. I wasn't gonna be shown up.
Okay.
What a...
Okay, again, Demi, you call me extra, but you just said that out loud.
I did.
But also, you do look like a great cupcake. and-
Thank you.
Probably the
But,
cutest
like,
one here. But
I
just
thank you. But like seriously, what is all of this? Like, this is so much. Does this happen every time somebody wins like a battle?
Oh, no. When folks of renowned, famous adventurers who've made a name for themselves, yes, there are festivities. Gaston's going, yes. Yes, we'd like to throw a party now and again. But really, the real celebrations will be Richfest. That the whole city comes alive then.
You really should be here.
For what?
For the changing of the seasons.
Oh,
What did he do to celebrate?
Oh, well, it's 7 days of festivities. Some work gets done still, but, you know, there's parlor games, there's shows, there's revelries in the streets, there's dances, feasts, all those sorts of things.
Never been to a city this size. It sounds
I
busy.
think actually.
Oh, it's wonderful.
No, I have, but I think I've only sang for smaller festivals.
You're going to sing at Richfest.
Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
There's a glance between Gaston and Bertram there. Like,
Not unless someone asks me to
oh, good
Demi,
to know.
you should sing.
sing.
Look at that. Someone just asked.
Peach doesn't count. Peach would ask me to sing 4 times a
Oh.
day.
Oh,
You see,
That's true.
you see Bertram go, you know, I know a man.
Is it the king?
What?
Fine.
Who sings?
Yes. No, he
Yeah,
knows
that's
people to get you
Well,
asked.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you were gonna just ask the king. No.
I was trying to be subtle.
Okay, sorry.
I appreciate it.
I don't do subtle that well.
Clearly.
Figured that out. Yeah, Zahl just kind of goes
Really?
and gestures to the small man on his shoulder. Like,
I thought you. My instant thought was you don't do subtle well, and it was the like you have really pretty eyes. But I wasn't there for that comment, so I can't make it. Oh no! I killed Adam.
Bertram is, I'm so sorry, a member of the
he's the
Birchin
sexy
is-
tiefling.
I know that I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Oh, the Unmarked Order.
Unmarked Order
Worshippers of Toth.
of Toth. Because he told us
T-A-T-H.
Ouijas. Okay.
Ouijas is...
His dad.
Ouijas
dad.
is...
Look, you-
They all worship Ouijas.
Gotcha.
Roll a religion check for me, Paladin.
I'm pretty sure. I rolled a 2, and I'm pretty sure I have a -1.
I'm sorry.
It just
Roll it with
happens this way.
advantage, button. Because I
That
say
was a
so.
sweaty one.
And a plus
Okay.
20.
Oh, 12.
12. Okay. In your wandering through the catacombs, Toth is a member of the Pantheon of Death.
Okay.
Toth is considered... If Erigol was the scribe, Toth is the sword and shield.
Okay.
That's dope.
War god.
Alrighty.
Of death, specifically.
The ass kicker.
So it's
War
like
god of death.
it's like Talos from Greek mythology, like the actual bringer of death.
Bertram, your
Yes.
father says that he never leaves the catacombs. So is that why you're being social right now?
Yes, he makes me do it.
Has he ever left? Ever?
Roll persuasion.
Come on, baby. 18 plus 8.
Fucking
26?
I thought about making that a 7.
You can't troll your party members with that
Don't
shit.
be mean to me.
Oh.
We troll all of us with that.
I've never seen him leave.
That doesn't mean he doesn't. That just means you've never seen him.
Mysterious man, but I have lived there for 30 years.
Oh god.
You're 30? Sorry, that was rude.
Do I
So-
not look it?
You know, who knows?
You don't look a day over 30.
Thank
Look
you.
at David. Like,
I was just curious. I have a terrible wanderlust. I would hate to be stuck in one place.
There's a sort of person, I think. This person is not me, but you give them a room full of books, and that's their own way of wandering.
Well, no, that makes
Yes.
sense. That was the first couple of years of my life.
Those pages for eternity.
But then eventually, don't you like wonder about like seeing the things in the books?
No, because then more books have arrived.
Salvator, I need to get you out. I think we should get you out sometime.
I do hope your father's been able to see the stars at least once.
I've seen him in the Temple Square before.
Okay.
He might come out for Ridgefest. The catacombs is unique.
Huh.
You'll have to see.
That's 3 weeks from now. Who knows if we'll
Yeah,
be
no,
here.
tell us.
You'll have to see. Consider it my attempt to get you to stick around. Or at least
Oh,
come
you
back.
lied to us? Who knew?
Gaston, let's
Oh,
go
you
get a
lied
drink. All right.
I want to roll insight!
Roll insight, yeah.
I'll
Haha.
also roll insight.
17.
Go ahead.
To see if him and Gaston are
17.
dating.
17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he like us and are they dating?
Double insight. 4 for
Double
Zahl.
insight.
Zahl seems like he wants to get a drink.
Man seems thirsty.
He seems, I would say, like guarded likes. So as you're kind of looking at him, there is some closeness, like he's not going to share his deepest, darkest secrets with you, but you've been pleasant, and you seem to have treated his father with respect, which is important to him. In regards to him and Gaston,
They seem close.
they seem close.
I'm good with just bromance. I'm just curious. Can't wait to start playing matchmaker with our favorite NPCs. Okay. So
This is Oceana's. Oceana's to stop.
That's
Don't you-
exactly where I
you
went
leave ICL.
to be.
Oh, you guys.
Very far away. No, that's great though. Okay. I hate that they're walking away though, because then that means we have to talk to other people.
But
Now,
I love to see him go.
you are not obligated. You can make small talk if you want as well. If you don't have any specific conversations Jesus, that you don't want to have, then you can just have small talk until the doors of the Great Hall are opened. At
Small
which
talk.
I was gonna say, Zahl kind of wants to go over to that guy that they saw talking earlier from the north.
Orvik.
Yeah.
Valid.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go talk to him? He seemed interesting.
Seems important.
Orvik.
Something's happening to
Excuse
the
me.
north. Maybe we can
See.
find out some information.
Do we need information about the conflict in the north?
I mean, who knows? Maybe the, shit that we're dealing with has something to do with it.
Yes, what if they say, oh, we found a magic crown and we haven't stopped fighting since?
Honestly,
Do you think that's
I'm just saying.
probable?
first of all, I would
That's
assume
so
I would
concerning.
assume it's a scepter that they found because domination.
Could have been
Well,
anything.
but there was also the. Okay, fine. Let's go talk to him.
Okay.
Make their way over.
Let's go ask if he found any pretty jewelry. I guess. What?
He is currently on his own near one of the drink tables that are out with this kind of large gold goblet in hand, or gold-plated at least, and is just kind of taking a drink of what appears to be wine.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
We just wanted to introduce ourselves. We saw you talking with the king earlier.
Yes, hello. Lord Corvir Oricus of the Great Kingdom.
Orcus?
Oricus. Orikas. Not
Gotcha.
Orcus.
Yes, he slipped under there with that extra O.
Corvir. Corvir. Oricus. Of the Grand Kingdom. You are the heroes of Black Isle, they say.
Yes, we are.
Warriors, then.
To
well,
an extent.
not necessarily by choice. More necessity.
What can I do for you?
We had heard word earlier about something going on to the north. Just wanted to know what was happening.
Yes, well, creatures are coming down, attacking the Great Kingdom. I petitioned the king for support.
Creatures. We gotta stop talking.
I know.
You guys are just like completely synced
Stereo.
up.
Oh,
He, in response to that, just kind of goes, yes.
like creatures as in
You.
dragons or wolves or owl bears or
There has not been a dragon seen in very long, but small beasts like owlbears or wolves, no. This is much worse than that. But you must forgive me, I do not know you well.
It's perfectly fine. We mostly just always feel the need to see if there's any way we could help, and without the right information there's no way for us to offer that. So
Roll persuasion.
thank you. That is a slutty 20.
You just persuasion your way through everything you guys do. It's beautiful.
Persuasion through life.
Down at this great hall.
Where we go eat some food.
Life is painless for the brainless.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Wow.
So
I
think
leave.
hard
Uh,
while we persuade
I
you.
hide.
I cast Mordenkainen's instant death on myself. And then
I instantly.
I counter spell.
You can have it.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, I rolled a 20. What's
You rolled a 20. He kind of looks you up and down for a moment, and where initially he had been kind of dismissive of the thought that you are warriors, he does pause for a moment, and then a longer moment as his eyes kind of settle on Peach. And after about a minute,
Fucker's playing my own game. Okay.
you are the warriors then.
I love that. Just for a full minute, just like
Pretty much, he had no problem doing it either.
So winning out.
Do it back. I don't know.
You do it back? Okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
both just like
Sir.
We'll finish the conversation, then you can get the mathematical stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, the Adri Forest that sits north of the Great Kingdom is always been problematic. Recently, and I tell you this, you will provide us support.
If you tell us, we'll think about it.
There is an army within the Adri Forest that does not seem to die.
Oh no. Okay.
This is all that I can tell you.
What? Okay.
An undead army. Can I ask when this started? Would that be possible?
The forest has always been sort of hinterlands
Mm-hmm.
of sorts. But we always ignored the peasants' tales of hauntings and monsters and creatures from beyond the grave.
Hmm.
so it is actually undead.
Of sorts. Recently it has gotten worse. And the kingdom doesn't always coordinate well.
Oh. Unfortunately, our resident bad things in the forest expert isn't with us. But we will add that to our list of things to look into.
Very well.
Thank you for letting us know.
As you scrutinize him, Peach, strength is 16, Constitution 16, Dex 14, level 4.
Okay.
Weak
Okay.
ass.
And is all.
I mean,
His ass.
by normal human standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
can you imagine him
And
sitting there staring at
AC?
Peach for a minute?
Hey.
Oh, AC.
God.
So he's currently unarmored. He's not wearing his armor, so
0. Got it.
But that's my thing. Can you imagine him being like, "Your
Negative
warriors,
30.
huh?" Stares at Peach for a minute and then goes, "Oh fuck."
oh fuck. I mean,
I see
now
where it's
just to
going.
be clear, this is not a Iron Man HUD that tells you these numeric things. They can gain a particular understanding of each other's prowess based off of the stance and the way they carry themselves by scrutinizing. So from a lore perspective, it's not precise. It's not like,
But
this person's level 14 and I'm level 5.
Yeah, I was
it's
just
like,
being sassy when I did that earlier.
I know.
So, like, if he was to look at it,
But he's still looking at Peach, being like, "Dang, that's twice the person I am." Like, that's what I was thinking. It's kind of what I was thinking.
Peach is certainly impressive, which is part of why he was swayed.
Perfect. Okay.
I also just kind of love that he's like, "You are warriors," and we're like, "Yes, we literally are here. You're here for a
We
dinner
just
about
said that.
us, but you're here for a dinner about us killing like Swaggin.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
the
Unkillable
north.
Swaggin.
God
Unkillable
forbid an
swag.
Can you
NPC,
imagine?
Undead Swaggin. No,
Oh
thank
my
you.
That's
God.
another thing to worry about.
Yes,
So
I
that's
can.
terrifying.
And I like it.
I will take my leave.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Corvin.
Wonderful meeting you.
Kind of backs away.
Ye-
Walks into another corner. Starts drinking wine alone.
Wow. The north. Okay.
All right.
Let's go to this dinner.
As you guys spend a little more time kind of carousing, making small talk, or not, depending on who you are, about half an hour passes before the doors to the Great Hall swing open quite dramatically, and you do see the king step forth. And he says, "Hello, hello, all of my esteemed and wonderful guests. I welcome you all to this feast to celebrate our most treasured heroes, the heroes of Black Isle." And weirdly enough, the lights shift, and you are kind of spotlighted as these hanging lights kind of circle in, and there is applause that comes.
I take a few steps out of the spotlight. Very slowly, like,
Peach starts to follow.
No,
Yeah, Zahl's definitely
it's just one of those like both hands, like both grab one hand.
These wondrous adventurers have finally joined us from the far reaches of the world, where they have been combating evil on the behalf of the good people of our nation and seemingly many others. But we are honored. I have recently heard that they have become citizens of the hamlet of Saltmarsh, and we, our people, are lucky to have you. You also fly your flag, excuse me, he's more articulate than Josh. Fly your flag under the crown of Keoland, and your vessel, though newly acquired, is clearly a fabled and storied one already. It is a delight to have you here amongst us. And it honors every single one of us here for you to consider making this trip. That is enough of that for now. The table is spread. The food is prepared. So come, join us. You will sit at the head of the table, along with myself. Come, 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 come! And he turns and walks in, and you see as like the press of the crowd begins to head towards the Great Hall.
is Lady Ainsley here?
Yeah, that was my question.
She was not in the gardens. But as you kind of walk into the Great Hall, you can already see her coming from one of the rooms at the back by the throne. The left side door, whereas the king went through the right side door. She comes out and she makes her way and sits herself. There is basically like a series of tables now outlaid across the Great Hall itself. There is a particularly like big table running the entire length of the center, and you can see Scody makes his way down to the end that is nearest the throne and takes his a seat dead center. To his left, there is an empty, high-backed chair, and to his right there is another chair, a smaller one that the prince currently sits in. You see Lady Ainsley make her way and sit just off and down to the right, quite close to the the king's end of the table, well within speaking distance. And you can see as you are guided down towards the end close to the king as well, so that he may converse with you. And you find yourself sitting across from Lady Ainsley.
Where do I sit?
Directly
You're
across?
just brought along with them.
Oh, with them?
Yeah, you are 100%.
Is there a second I have, like, just outside of Lady Ainsley or anyone else?
Yeah, as you're being pushed into the room, there's, it takes 5 minutes to navigate around the tables and get down.
I tap my cane and cast Detect Magic as we go into dinner.
Okay. A lot of magical items on people all over the place.
I'm
That's
also
fine.
flicking
Including on Ainsley.
I just want to have it up as we eat.
I'm also flicking the
Comprehend language.
comprehend languages on,
Smart. Okay.
flipping the on switch.
You head in and are seated at the table across
Right
from
hand of the
Lady
father.
Ainsley. The king, just away from you, just down the way. And as the king takes a seat, he kind of smiles at you all, lets out a bit of that laugh. It is good to have you all here. And of course, you, Lady Ainsley. And with that, my friends, we are going to end this session.
Oh no!
Oh,
We just got the food. It's
no.
just piping hot. It's all ready for us.
Yeah,
It's gonna be cold in a week. Josh, the food's gonna be cold in a week.
Oh
I don't want
no!
to eat
I'm sorry. You'll like it though. It'll be
I was
good. It's
just
magic.
about, just about to eat.
I'm the worst. I'm sorry, guys.
Ah,
Hey,
um,
hey. Maybe we should, as apology, maybe we should play that intro sequence one more time for everybody. Yeah. We'll do that, and then we'll go and raid our good friends over at This Show Is a Mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Yes.
Just as an apology. Okay. Here we go. Over to our intro sequence.
Shwink, bunny, bunny, baby.
I know. I know. As soon as
so
Morton
emotional.
appears,
Oh yeah, right.
And again, a huge shout out to Arcane Anthems, Rue, and Relaris Maps for that amazing
Yes.
work. This has been incredible. We love you guys. Thank you all again. We're gonna go do a raid. Make sure you get some subs sent out. Make some freaking donations. Spread some love. I heard
Make a
in
lot of
chat that
noise.
you guys broke $4,550.
yeah.
Amazing.
So
Way
let's
north of that by now.
see if Twee folks
it
can.
just happened like a minute or two ago.
Oh,
We people gotta get this on.
Let's see if we can
Get in
bring
there.
in some. So show those
go.
plaid hearts. Let's get our
And
friends some love.
One cool last thing about it: any donations to the channel and the stream, like for this, are all going to the charity. All the proceeds of that are going to the charity too.
Yeah.
So subs are gonna help. Everything's gonna help. So feel free if you want to have subs to the channel, do that. Like just go wild if you want. Like anything's gonna help. So thank you guys again, and let's go raid. Let's go have fun.
Raid time.
Woo! Woo! Okay, here we go, my friends. Thank you all again for sticking with us, and we
Seriously.
will see you over at This Show Is a Mimic.
Hey.